Hey guys, first and foremost, thanks so much for joining us for yet another session of Candela Obscura, or as we call it here at Paladins, Maledict Obscura. Hope you really enjoy it. So glad that you're back for another episode. Real quick, we just wanted to make a couple of announcements. We have been working on homebrew stuff, which we will talk more about after the third session. And then we've got a couple other really cool things that are in the works. I was going to say it, but now I'm like, I don't know if I can. So I should have not jumped the gun and actually did some talking with the people that are also in on the exciting news to see if I can say something. So I'm gonna have to hold back, but just know that there's some really big stuff coming up soon. Griff, for those of you who might pay attention to Thrill of the Hunt with Griff Crown Tracker, that will be back at some point. Had to take a little bit of time off. Personal life has been really, really busy, but we've got more stuff that we're going to be doing that's going to be coming out through Paladins, Maledict, and we're super excited about it. So that being said, I don't want to waste any more of your time. Get on in there and enjoy Maledict Obscura Session 2, Everyone Knife.
Alright, well, welcome to yet another episode of Maledict Obscura, and we have with us tonight 4 of our players. So, don't really have a whole lot to say before we get underway, other than I guess where we last left off was a perfect, successful outing on our first circle assignment. Mission was solved, and with that, I guess we will get underway with this evening's story. So, it is Friday night in Steel. A man with a curly mustache, thick build, in a sweat-covered white button shirt. Steel is normally excessively hot this time of year, even after the sun has gone down. Our man is definitely of a Lithuanian-like descent. His demeanor is one of he is wore out from his shift, but almost not quite willing to go home. A horn blares almost over the top of the scene, signifying the end of the current working shift. And with that, men and women begin coming into the scene with a lot of hustling, bustling, almost too much hustling and bustling.
It's a lot of bustling.
Yeah, too much bustle and not enough hustle.
And the city's bussing.
Alright, so a lot of people coming through the scenery at this point, and much like you can envision, almost like a high school passing period, where everything is just packed with people, and they're walking almost zombie-like, and other people are more jovial and chatty as they walk through the scenery, talking with friends and spouses about the goings-on of the day. And as this continues on, something overcomes our friend. He doubles over and retches, and it takes him to a knee, one hand touching the dirt. The blood-stained dirt from blood dripping off the hands and clothes and shoes from those working in the stockyards of this area. His hand suddenly grips the dirt tight, and he stands up straight and tall. However, his eyes are closed. He then opens them, and his eyes are a bright, ethereal blue. And then I lost my thought. He joins the crowd, bumping into a mountain of a man. The man shoves him and says, "Watch it, you mutt." The hustle and bustle continues, and our blue-eyed man stays relatively close to the gargantuan, and they come to an alleyway. The Lithuanian man dips out of sight while the big man continues on, but then gets yanked into the alleyway by a familiar arm. The view is now panned out to see the city as a scream fades into the sound of what should be rumbling thunder, but it didn't load up.
Stay firm as that. That wasn't thunder.
Nope, definitely not thunder.
I was wondering, I'm like, is it going to be an ad
YouTube
or no?
Premium.
Yeah.
YouTube Premium.
Okay, so, yeah, there's YouTube's free ad in our video. But screams fades into rumbling thunder as if it had never been heard. In fact, it hadn't been heard. And our scene goes black. And we jump to our next scene. It's a rainy, cloudy, just absolutely dismal day. The view is looking through a raindrop-covered window. Some of the water just beads and covers the glass, while others run down, helping to assist the condensation fog of the glass to at first make it difficult to see anything on the other side. But then, we find Joe Monkey, looking out at the dreary day, seemingly in thought, when we hear from behind him a voice that is familiar to him. Joe, I'm headed out for a few hours, okay?
Alright. Stay safe out there and dry.
So behind him, we see a blurred female figure with blonde hair, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what appears through the blurriness is it seems as if she's wearing like a long wool coat. And so you said, stay safe and dry. Oh, well, I'm sure I'll be safe, but the dry part might be a little difficult. It's really coming down out there, but I have to go take care of Mother.
Mm-hmm. That's fine, dear. I'll be here.
What are you working on at this moment?
Book 9.
Book 9.
Yep.
Okay. How far into Book 9 are you?
Say maybe 20%.
Okay. So you keep just working away, and you hear the door behind you close. But then, all of a sudden, Monkey! The sound of the voice brings you back. It's Friday at 1:25 p.m. We are inside the House of Monkey. And you hear the voice again. You've got a new book done to put out yet? It's been a... I literally almost said roll d6. It's been 2 years since your last book. Man, I feel that because it's been 2 years since I put out my last book.
I don't know what to say, sir. My priorities have changed.
Priorities changed. Come on. Money, man. You gotta make me money.
Money was all it was before, but now it's gotten to something a little bit more drastic than that.
Have you lost your muse?
My muse is still there, sir, but right now it's being squelched by the feeling of finding something that I lost.
Maybe I have been too hard on you. How long has it been?
Total of 1 minute. No, I'm just kidding. Let's say a year and a half.
Year and a half?
Year and a half.
Okay.
A year and a half.
So you had started to work on book 9 whenever she went missing.
Yes.
Did she go missing during the time period that we just saw, or was it a little after that?
That was the last time I remember having a conversation with her. Maybe we passed each other in the house a couple of times, but it was nothing as serious as an actual full-blown conversation. It was just me writing down and seeing in my peripheral vision as she goes in and out.
Okay. So, with that, well, I need a book soon, but I will try to buy you as much time as possible.
You have my thanks, sir.
Just don't let me down.
I won't. Punk.
Okay, so with that, we are going to change scenes once again. This scene is now inside the police station in the precinct of the South Suffolk, where there are two desks now catty corner from each other, the upper left matching the upper right of the corners of the desks. It's a beautiful sunny Saturday afternoon, and one of our detectives is pulling up his chair at his desk while glancing over and noticing the empty desk of the other one. Our friend Marion actually got called back to the Trotter Grass to handle some family business, so he was not able to be there for work as of late. And it's the start of the shift for the day, and the time's to be about 1 o'clock, so almost a full 24 hours since what we saw happen with Joe Monkey. Nathaniel, how do you begin your day?
Probably sit down at my desk and try to quietly enjoy a cup of coffee and maybe go over the papers from the day before to see if there's any notes I need to follow up on.
So the papers, it's pretty well, status, regular, where everything has been pretty well ship-shape, and it's actually been very quiet as of late. Maybe, a few riotous, fellows here and there and whatnot, but nothing out of the ordinary, things that have been able to be solved quite quickly. And as you're continuing on browsing through the papers and you're drinking your coffee, you hear from behind you, "All right, Jones, listen up. There was another wild Friday night in the Steel. Some Joe got murdered in an alleyway. I need you to go down there and figure out what happened. And if you don't, well, figure something out."
Who are you talking to?
Isn't your name Nathaniel Jones Carter? James? James. I meant to say James.
So where am I headed? I wasn't really listening because you didn't say my name.
The Steel.
The Steel. All right. I'll ask around, see if anybody's seen anything.
Okay. So, while you're headed down to the Steel, we'll stick with you, actually. And once you get down there, you get to the crime scene, and what is your first thing that you want to do once you get down there? There's a bunch of reporters, like, at the end of the alleyway, but it's barricaded off to where they can't actually get down the alleyway.
I'll walk past the reporters to the actual scene and try to observe, see if there's anything I can find out of the ordinary.
Okay, so, let's see, what kind of roles you got down there for?
Would it be for intuition? I've got 2 survey, 2 focus.
Let's go ahead and do a. Let's go ahead and do a survey, because I think that would fit it best.
3.
3? Okay. So, you are looking at this body, and you can tell that this man was very well, well built, and you've actually even seen him at the gym that you've boxed at. But other than that, you really don't know too much about this guy. You can't quite place a finger on it. So at that moment, somebody comes up and they're looking over the body. And, "Oh, big fella, huh?"
Quite a mountain of a man. I don't know what kind of creature or beast would have been able to do this kind of damage.
Well, let's turn him over, and we don't see anything on the backside of him. So as you guys roll him over, because his face was kind of turned to where you could see his face, and that's how you were able to recognize him. And so as you guys roll him over, you notice just like a simple pool of blood right here on his shirt. You want to make a focus roll here?
Why not? Another 3.
So it definitely is a stab wound. Beyond that, it's hard to tell. Definitely was just stabbed with a knife in the gut, from what you can tell, and there might be there's some scratchings to his face, like maybe he fought, and the other guy that you were talking to, the other detective from the force, he's like, "Man, this guy that whoever had to take him down, you're right, had to have been a monster. Because a big guy like that normally doesn't just get dropped from a stab wound in the gut."
Simple stab wound wouldn't take him down. It would take some time. He'd be able to fight back. We might want to start searching the local hospitals and doctors to see if there's any injured men turning up somewhere.
All right, I will get right on that, detective. And then you hear from the end of the alleyway, one of the journalists. Sir, is this local PD going to be able to handle this, or are you going to be calling in some exterior help? And whenever you turn and you look, the journalist is actually our friend who brought the group together. Still very tired looking. Same, tall guy and everything else, but he's got a camera in his hands this time whenever he's talking.
Per usual, we don't really discuss ongoing investigations with the media. At this point, I'm not entirely certain if this is something the local PD can handle if we need more assistance, but for now, I think it'll be in the hands of the local jurisdiction.
Okay. So, what do you do after that?
Maybe look over the onlookers to see if somebody looks out of place.
I would say I'm going to go ahead and give you this one so you don't have to burden yet another thing.
Okay.
Because we've already blew through 2 of your actions. So I would say with this crowd, everybody looks like they belong there. The most strangest thing is that the journalist is the guy that got your Candela circle together for Alan. And so, what do you feel whenever you recognize that he's there?
He might be probing to see if this would be a case the circle should undertake, or if it's just a normal homicide.
We'll say that your detective skills are good on this one, and I won't have you roll for this one either. Again, you get to save your rolls for later in the game. But you are kind of getting the feeling that he's asking if he should go assemble the rest of the group. And so if you wanted to drop a hint here that you wanted the group assembled, you definitely could.
I would probably think how I would want to phrase it. It does appear that this man was killed by in a fight of some sort, but there are some suspicious things that surrounding his death that will require further investigation.
Well, in that case, I guess I have work to do. And the man turns and walks off. And we are going to let Nathaniel James Carver continue his work for a moment. But while he's doing his work, we're going to cut scenes to another man's study on his Saturday afternoon. And that would be none other than Mr. Albert T. What would we find Mr. Albert T. doing on a Saturday afternoon?
Think on a Saturday afternoon, I would be using the classroom to examine like some sort of technology that, or some sort of piece of tech that maybe one of my students had brought in. And they say, hey, we want you to look at this. And it took me, let's say 1 hour. I was about to say 1 minute, but 1 hour to figure out what it was.
I'm so glad that, I've made the joke prior to starting recording about how I wanted you to get your good rolls out of the way. And you guys have literally done that. I was just kidding. Okay.
So it took me an hour to figure out what it was. And it was a detector of sorts. Like almost somebody tried to make a DIY metal detector. We'll just say that.
It's pretty cool. Okay, so while you're wrapping up with that, stop it. While you're wrapping up with that, I thought I was gonna play another ad. I was going to stop. Okay, while you're wrapping up with that, you hear just a soft rap at the door. What do you do?
For a moment, I guess I think back to the other day whenever the man who came in and was sitting inside the class, I think about him, and then I go, come in.
And again, it is that man. And he comes in, and he's no longer carrying the camera. He's very much like how you saw him the last time he was there. And hello, sir. Good Saturday afternoon to you.
Just go ahead, sit down.
And he pulls up a seat and what are you working on? What is that?
One of my students brought this thing in, and it's some sort of jumbled up metal detector.
Do you think you could retrofit it to, or remake it or whatever to potentially be beneficial in searching for bleed?
Of course I could.
So
my last name's not Tink for a reason. Short for Tinker.
Tinker.
Your last name is Tinker?
Yes.
Tinker
I've
Bell.
only ever
And it's
known
not that for a reason?
It's not that for a reason?
That's what you said.
It is that for a reason.
And at this point the guy's just like baffled. He doesn't even know, like, he's just staring at you, and he's like, well, redoing it will have to wait for another time. We need you to meet at your lighthouse, the Jade Palace, for a meeting.
How many days has it been since we last met?
So it would have been we'll say about 12 weeks. So like month and a half, 2 months, almost 3 months.
Have they improved business-wise at all in those 12 weeks?
No, actually.
Okay.
12 weeks is a month and a half?
No, I changed it. I said almost 3 months.
Okay.
I was doing quick math and I did not do that.
Okay.
So, math is not my strong subject. So, so with that, do you say anything else before you take off? Now that you have your mouth full.
Yeah.
I go, okay, I'll be down there in a minute. So let me get my things in order and I'll head that way.
What does, so like with that, he's like, very good, sir. And he heads off. Mission minded, very like focused on getting the next guy. What is James Buckingham doing today on a Saturday? What does he do?
On a Saturday?
Yes.
I'm just gonna be cruising in my car. Got it fixed up, cruising.
Okay, so you get to a stop sign, and everything's going good with the car. You're quite pleased, and then like while you're kind of like looking out at the world, just looking around, you feel like the car shake a little bit, and you turn and look in the passenger seat, and there is our friend.
Oh man!
And
oh man!
He's like, do you mind if I take a lift?
Not at all.
So which direction do you turn from the stop sign? Do you go straight?
No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna say where to.
He's like, well, I suppose the Jade Palace.
Alrighty.
But before we get there, we have to make one more stop. But it is directly in line with the route that we have to take.
Okay.
We need to swing by Joe Monkey's house. And so, while we are en route, do you have anything you want to ask our gentleman?
Oh, yes. Well, actually, I would assume he's gonna explain what's happening at the Jade Palace, so not
Yeah.
really So, no. No, actually, I asked if he wants me to turn up the music.
How do you have a... Do you have a Victrola in here? Like,
Exactly.
how do you play music?
Yeah, yeah. In the back, where there's no luggage, you can flip it up, and then you can get one.
So, like, are you, like, reaching to the back seat and, like, winding this thing up right now?
No. Basically, I press a button, opens the hatch, and the buttons are right there.
Buttons.
Buttons.
You have to crank.
Yeah,
to make
sorry,
it work.
cranking, my bad. So basically, driving one hand and cranking at the same time.
It's actually just bicycle pedals underneath, down by his feet that he does that with.
Yeah,
That would technically work.
Like, Doc Brown built this car. I'm just totally baffled here.
No, Albert T built the car.
That's
we
why
call
it's
it the
called a
Model
Model
T.
T.
I'll ask him if he wants like a snack or a drink.
Actually, I think I will wait to eat whenever we get to the Jade Palace.
Such good food there.
Yeah, I have, I have a hankering for some bad Chinese food. So, with that, we roll up in front of the house, and he's like, "It might be best if you just stay here. I'll only be a moment." And at that point, that is when Mr. Joe Monkey hears a horribly, like, not well done knock at the door.
Go away.
But, Mr. Monkey, this might be something that might be of interest to you. And, like, with the slight hesitant, like, he knocks again.
You hear a deep old sigh just shuffling towards the door. I'm gonna crack it open and say, let's see who it is.
And you see it's the same guy as that got you for the circle before.
What do you want?
Your presence is being requested to rejoin the Circle of the Oriental Express to solve yet another mystery. We believe that there has been some supernatural happenings, for lack of better terms.
I'll get my stuff.
Very good. I actually ran into James Buckingham on
I'm
our...
gonna shut the door while he's talking and walk away.
That man. Great author. Horrible people skills.
No charisma.
No riz.
No riz.
No riz.
Maidenless.
It's not on the sheet. That's why.
right. Exactly.
Because you're maidenless?
Toe, could you close the door so my annoying pup will not be an issue any longer?
Is he gonna be, as I open the door to go out, is he gonna be standing there still, like...
He's waiting in the car.
Okay. I'm gonna, all right.
And he's like very like prim and proper about it. Like, this is a big ordeal, so he's just like elegant as he's sitting in the car.
Okay. I'm just gonna get in the car.
Just gonna get in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. So how would the rest of your afternoon gone at this point? Because you obviously know you're going to be going to the Jade Palace at some point.
I would continue to look around just to see if there was anything, assuming there was probably nothing else there to find, and then I would assume everyone was meeting at the Jade Palace and just start heading that direction.
Okay. Let's have Albert T. and Nathan roll real quick. Just straight rolls.
2.
No way! This is the weirdest night ever.
Roll again?
Roll again.
I'm changing dice. 3.
3!
What in the world? Alright, I'm using my other one. 5.
Whoa!
What did he get?
5!
And you got a 5?
Yeah!
Do it again.
4.
4.
No way! Oh my word.
Alright, y'all quit being weird.
I feel like I need to leave now. I think your basement's cursed.
Ghost! The veil is...
Go again.
2.
1!
Okay.
Okay, so Albert T will arrive
It was the
there.
longest game of rock, paper, scissors ever.
Holy cow.
Rollies for life.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I win rollies.
Nope, wrong.
The odds of that are
That's
Very low,
crazy.
right?
pretty insane.
That's definitely making one of like the TikTok cuts. From
It's
this
on
one.
record.
I know, it's awesome, and like I can
That's like-
verify over half of them before
That's
I
like a
started messing
Reddit
with
story.
That. Yeah,
It's like, well, you're gonna have to roll high. I roll 2 natural 20s.
How they were able to see everything.
so
Sorry, you needed a natural 21.
Oh man.
all right, so you get there first, and Alan Bray's already there, and he's like, "Hey, welcome back. It's good to see you, Albert.
It's good to see you.
I've actually already ordered some food. Special? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. Glad. It's really good today. Like,
You say that every time, and it's the same thing every time.
what I'm telling you, it's really good every time.
I enjoy your charisma that you got going on.
Well, yeah, like, we get to do, like, dark, creepy stuff, and we get to eat Chinese food. What is better than that?
Oh, speaking of dark, creepy stuff, whatever happened to that blue demon praying mantis dog creature thing that we gave to you?
So, we actually were able to somehow, I don't fully know, like, the science-y side of it, but we were able to get it back across the, like, through the flare. So, like, it's back in its own realm now. I don't know how that works. It's beyond me. I do, like, the studying of, like, the spells and stuff and, like, the arcane text and everything that goes with it and, like, practicing of that. But the science side of it, no clue. This was not done with a ritual, so I have no idea how they did it.
That thing was weird.
It was very weird.
They kept that in a closet.
He actually, so, like, for his bleed scars, it adds another tattoo to his skin, and so, like, he rolls up his sleeve and he shows you, like, where a new one is, like, on his, like, elbowish area, and he's like, it actually got a hold of me at one point, and this thing appeared.
Does it look like a scratch, or is it like a bite mark, or is it like?
It's boils because I got it.
Well, see, here's the thing, and actually I want to revisit that with you here in just a minute. Bleed affects everybody differently, and so, like, because of Alan Bray's like, occult background, that's why it affects him the way it does, where a new tattoo appears. So instead of, like, there being a bite mark or something else there, in this case it's actually like a skull that's right here.
Just a skull, nothing in it or through it.
We'll say there's 2, like, diamond eyes.
Okay.
And they're like, one is like a blood red, and the other one is like an ethereal blue.
New tattoo you got there.
Yeah. The thing just popped up after it bit me. I don't know how it happens. I, again, can't explain that, but it's all part of my thing, I guess.
It's your stick.
And then at that point, Nathaniel James Carver comes in JC, and as he comes in, he's like, "Nathan, it's great to see you."
Why are you so cheerful?
Come on, you've known me for a while. This is just me.
He's always like that. It's weird.
Indeed. Somewhat unnerving, even.
Unnerving? Why would it be unnerving?
Well, understanding the reason why we're here surrounding the mystery of the murder, and you seem excited about it.
Yeah, we get to catch the bad guys.
I prefer to not be needed.
Why'd you say it like that?
Why'd I say it like what? Like we get to catch the bad guys?
Okay, as he does that, I just kind of look like this. I go, and I pull out the jumbled up metal detector thing, and then just start fidgeting with it.
Okay. And he's like, alright. And at that point, you two come in with our friend, and he's like, "Guys, good to see you. You all gonna get weird on me too?"
I'm just gonna sit down and not say a word.
I'm just gonna nod and smile.
Alright. Well, you all are in chipper moods today, I see. So, our friend Nathaniel has actually already been on the scene. We have suspicions that this man was perhaps stabbed with a ethereal blade. And the reason why we think that is because we have a witness that came to Candela because of their knowledge of the group, and whenever we found out that Nathan was being assigned to it, that we wanted to get you guys in on this and get you guys going. So I will actually get you guys sent down to the person so you can talk to them and see what they saw, because they didn't want to go directly to the police whenever they saw this, and they're actually friends of somebody else who is in Candela, and they're actually more of like a lighthouse keeper instead of like being in an actual circle. So that's whenever I called you guys in.
Okay.
Do you have anything you'd like to add?
There wasn't much to see at the scene. He was a very large man. Pretty decent sized hole in his side, whereas obviously you'd stabbed him and bled out. But,
much like the theater mogul then from last last assignment that you guys had then. They found him dead on the riverbank, but it was a stab wound that killed him. In the gut?
Yes.
Well, that's strange. You didn't read the accident report?
I believe I did. I don't know that, I thought the case was solved. I don't know that I ever looked any deeper into it.
Apparently he was stabbed in the gut.
That's good to know. A bit troubling.
The guy from the
theater mogul that you guys found last, like 3 months ago,
Oh, okay.
was stabbed in the gut as well. But then they dumped his body in the river. So, with that, he gives you... So, obviously, she works in the steel, and she was on her way home, and her name is Abigail. And so you can find her in the steel. She went back to work today. She works in one of the manufacturing factories down there, making large steel drums.
We ready to take her fixed up new vehicle?
100%.
That's our young charismatic man.
He seems to have a great attitude.
He does really good with dealing with death for how young he is.
Might have something to do with being a doctor.
Yeah.
People of the occult and doctors deal very well with death.
I put my hand on him. I go, not all of your doctor kind are so acquainted with death.
Just nods and smile.
He's like... one of those random moments where Alan doesn't quite know what to say. He's like, yeah, okay. So, I guess you guys get in the old motorcar and start making your way down to the steel, where you come to the Abernathy's Drum & Co. company. And you meet a guard at the front gate. What do you want?
Flash my badge. Officer Carver, I'm here to see Abigail.
Well, we got more than one Abigail, but I could, I reckon if you give me a little bit more information, I'll be able to help you out.
I know she makes the drums, but I don't remember what else she said.
Oh, okay. So you said she makes the drums. Okay, that would be Abigail James. No relation, of course.
Sure it's not Jones?
It might be Jones. No, it's James. But obviously no relation because her last name is James, whereas it's your middle name. He's like, yeah, she works in the area where they're actually like having the like metal like poured into the mold. So whenever you said makes the drums, that makes sense. Okay, so I will take you down to her. Yeah, she came in to work real fidgety today. She wouldn't say why either. Just real fidgety, not like her normal self. She's normally pretty happy and carefree. And he's like telling you all this as you guys are like walking in towards the factory, and he leads you in through a doorway, and there's like somebody at a desk, like a clerk or whatever. Whenever you guys first walk in, and this guy's almost like a larger version of a Barney Fife, very over the top. And so he's like, whenever you all walk in, he's like, "That's the detective and his friends there. Top secret business. They're here to see Abigail." And keeps on walking, and the lady's like, "Oh, hi." And you guys go through a couple of corridors real quick, switchbacks and everything that don't seem to quite make sense like most factories. And you start walking down a really long hot hallway because you guys are where there's hot metal being poured everywhere and whatnot. And you guys come in to the room, and you see one lady that keeps like turning her head around, like head on a swivel, like more so than what it should be, and very jittery. And he's like, "Strange acting one down there is her." So Ab, hey, come here. And she comes over, and she's very like shaken. "Hello, what can I do for you?"
Talk to the lady, monkey.
Monkey? Like Joe Monkey? I love your books.
The one and only.
Let's keep that on the down low, okay?
I think we can do that.
I'm gonna sign a little scratch parchment paper. Let's get this out of the way now, too.
Okay. And so, like, you hear, like, the door open behind you, like the big metal door behind you is a security guard, and you hear from the hallway, "Hey! Joe Monkey's here!"
Hey, we were sent here to talk to you about the disappearance of the acquaintance of yours, or the death of the acquaintance, that is.
Okay, I am not acquainted with you, but I saw this creepy man, and then I heard about the murder after the fact. So, what do you got? What do you got?
A lot of sway, read, and hide, and I got one survey.
Sway would be convinced.
Yeah, don't need that just yet. So, but I like that. We'll figure out something with that. But
Sorry, go on.
No, go ahead. Ask.
I was just gonna see if during this time while they're talking, can I observe the factory to see if there's anything like out of the ordinary? Hold on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. It's a whole part of it, right? Why don't you go ahead and use that read roll you got there?
Okay. No, just set you aside. That's 2.
It's a 2?
Yep.
Okay, so...
Can I burn it? Wait. That's probably too late to burn a drive, isn't it?
You can burn a resistance if you have a resistance in that. And you can re-roll.
Cunning.
And I will let you use a drive as well.
Which is, I would...
Yeah, you have
Yep,
a resistance.
Yep, so
in
burn
cunning,
that,
yeah.
and then you can burn a drive as well.
Which means I get to re-roll again, right?
Roll.
It's another 2.
Well,
You're
you're using a drive, though, so you should roll 2.
Oh.
Your resistance is to re-roll your regular one.
Another 2.
Another 2!
Can you let me read the room? Whoa.
Whoa! What is going on?
Try rolling a regular die.
What?
Another 2?
Oh, it's a
That's
2 and a
a
3. Okay.
A 2.
Another 2! Ah!
I think it's the table.
All right, so this is gonna be a really weird night apparently. So it's a factory, but I'm quite disappointed in you and your lack of ability to read this for your technical.
So I guess Albert T then, since just saying that this factory has made a factory, I'm just gonna be Just gonna be like
This
this.
factory's made a factory.
What are they doing here? What do you guys got going here?
We make drums. Who's that? like 55-gallon drums for holding things. We ship all over the world. Pretty well known. Who's he?
Don't pay him any mind.
The Mad Professor.
Old cranky dude.
He seems very mad.
Indeed.
He is. If you read my third book, he is really correlated with Johnson, the mad detective.
Oh,
You have 3 Johnsons in your book.
Yes.
Well, it's Johnson, but not Johnson or Johnson. It's Johnson.
Johnson's Johnson.
In the third book.
Johnson's
In
Johnson.
the third book, specifically.
Hey, what was the stress of that role?
The stress?
Yeah.
Very low stress.
Oh.
Great question. I'm glad that you asked that. Yeah, this was not a very high stress situation. He's
Okay.
just trying to get a gather of what's going on here.
Observant. Trying to at least.
And
work.
so what were you going to ask now that we've kind
I
of
have no
taken
idea.
care of that rabbit trail?
I totally lost it.
I'm sorry, Tim.
It's okay.
It's all your fault.
I know.
Let's see. We were talking about.
You gave her your autograph.
That
And
is true.
she said she saw a strange guy and then heard about the
Yes. Did the strange man have any unique details about him, or did he just?
His eyes glowed blue.
Oh, that's pretty unique.
His eyes glowed a very bright blue. So blue it didn't even seem like it could be from this world.
Which way did the alleyway did it go to two bustling streets both ways, or how did that because the one that came from was very populated, but with the other side of the alley, was it very, or was it a one way?
So both alley or both sides of the streets would be very busy, especially at that time of night where
Work
that
is being
shift
let
is
out.
that shift is being let out, and then there's it's one of those resets where there's about a 2-hour lull before the next shift comes back in. So it was very busy at that time for the shifts that were getting off.
But she knew what this guy looked like, right? So we could get a pretty detailed description of
So
what
he came where this factory is where he came out of. So he murdered the guy and then came onto the other street, and so she's on the street that he exited onto.
So she saw him running.
Yeah, and not really running. He tried to just join the crowd.
Yes.
And she's telling you all this. He didn't run, and he looked right at me, and with these just hollow, but bright blue, almost like they were glowing eyes. And
Did you see any blood on him, or did he have any kind of weapons that you could tell?
none. I have seen him before, and he was the most friendliest guy the other times that I've seen him before. He works over in the.
So you were acquaintances. Aha!
I didn't know him, but I knew of him, and I didn't know the guy that was murdered at all.
Gotcha.
So, you knew of him and you'd seen him before, but you never thought to mention the glowing blue eyes to someone before?
He never had the glowing blue eyes before. This was the first time he ever
First
had the
time.
glowing blue eyes.
That's very strange.
He worked in one of the metal factories on this side, but of the steel. But more so than any other time, he's been known over in the stockyards side of the steel, working, butchering cattle and things. But we all get passed around from factory to factory, fired over the smallest things. So it's hard to keep a job around here, and even to keep housing, even close to here, is difficult.
Somebody want to go see if he's at work today in the stockyard place? If that's where he usually is at?
Well, should we split up? Somebody check because you mentioned the slaughterhouse, right?
Split up and look
Stockyard.
for clues.
Yeah.
Stockyards would be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to ask her a question. Why is she so jittery?
I'm gonna go start walking to the stockyard just to get out of talking to people and just kind of mosey my way over there
Okay.
as slowly as I can.
All right. Does anybody go with him?
I just say, all right, you need somebody to go. And then I guess he's at the door.
I'll just keep
He's out of my field of reach, and I go, "What?" I don't care. You can see him.
Okay. So, she says, okay, I need the question asked to me one more time.
Why is she like so paranoid?
Those eyes were just so haunting.
I'm just gonna walk away now.
Okay.
Like it doesn't matter. Like it's just that's all. It doesn't matter. I don't have to stay for this.
I look at her and
It's
I go,
like the whole, I want to go talk to the boy or the girlfriend again, and then walking away. Like Matt did last session.
I look at her and I go, I apologize for my two young friends here. They don't know how to talk to people.
I can tell.
Yeah.
It's weird that you're like the normal one out of the group.
Normal. And then I start twirling my mustache a little bit.
Can I go back to work now?
Yes, but you've provided us with quite a bit of information. We thank you for your efforts.
I just want to help. And with somebody losing their life, I just want to help.
What were the two locations? The stockyard and the.
Well, so there's several slaughter, like meat processing companies over there. So she doesn't know which one he's currently working at, and trying to come up with some names. So like there's let's see. So we've used go look at these.
Can I use my bleed detector?
That's actually a great idea.
Do I have to roll for it?
No. So, actually, well, you used your read already. Well, we could use go ahead and use a survey. We'll make this fun. But
Okay.
we will give you a like a 1d6 advantage on it, so you can actually roll 2d6s, and if you want to use a drive, you can also use a drive. If you want to stack the deck in your favor.
Stack it.
Then use 3.
Medium stress situation.
6.
6. So your bleed detector actually, so bleed detectors can look different. Like some of them have almost like a weather scope thing, like where it would like pick up like almost like the wind and it'd be like spinning. But I'm gonna give you creative leeway here on what your bleed detector looks like.
You said it. Describe what the other ones look like. I'm sorry.
Well, some of them are almost like a weather vane or whatever, where it's got like a couple of different like little orbs on the top, like on rods that would connect to something that spins, and it would sit there and like spin to like alert you that there is bleed in the area. That's some of them, and then like some of them could like have a ball on top that opens up like a bleed orb of its own, like inside as well. Just a couple of different design ideas to kind of give you some thoughts.
I'll say it maybe looks like a cog, and on one side of the cog there are a whole bunch of other little bitty ones that spin, and whenever it kind of goes off, smoke comes out the top.
I kind of
Almost
like that.
Almost like a steam engine.
Somebody went and saw Big Boy this week. So with that,
And then I guess if it goes off like red.
the smoke's red.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting red smoke, and you follow it, and you get to a stockyard in particular, and on the front of it says O'Reilly's Meatpacking Co.
O'Reilly's.
More like a radar O'Reilly, but sure.
Auto packing.
Choppers, sir. So with that, you guys are now outside the front of there, and you guys come across yet another security guard. This time it's a like off-duty detective himself, and he's like, Nathaniel, what are you doing here, bud?
Investigating a murder. We were told there was a suspicious man seen leaving the scene of the crime that was known to have worked here, and I described what he looks like.
Okay, so you would describe like the curly mustache and everything and Abigail would have told
Right.
you guys that information. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, he seemed completely fine whenever he came in. His eyes weren't, you said glowing? Glowing? Glowing.
That was what we were told. Bright blue, like unnatural eyes.
Okay. That's it's weird. I know where he is. I can't just, like, this is police business though, but hold on one second. I gotta go talk to, like, the owner. One moment. And so
Is that 3?
that was like 6. So like 20 minutes go by, and he finally comes back out with the owner, and he's like, "Listen, I can't just let anybody in here. You're gonna have to give me like a warrant or something." And you can tell, like,
Listen, if I have to come back here with a warrant, it's going to be very expensive for you. Because for the safety of all the men who are coming with me, we will have to shut down your whole process. There will be no meat packed, there will be no animals slaughtered. You will have a lot of downtime and a lot of people to pay with no money coming in.
make a sway roll.
I thought we were still in the steel factory.
I don't have
No, you're back at the stock
sway actions.
You don't have a sway action. I thought
No.
you did. Okay.
I
I
have
have a
two.
sway
I have survey, focus, hide, 2 control, and a strike.
Okay. You want to help him out with doing the sway roll for him?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
You
And I'm
yeah,
gonna-
you can chip in and say something on this, but yeah. And if you guys, because this is a high stress situation at this point, because this is guaranteeing you the entry into, and that was very well said what you said there. I loved it, because there's a whole lot that you could find in a stockyard in the early 1900s. So this is so cool. So if you wanted to, like, if you guys want to help him out by adding to it, you guys definitely can. But what do you want to add to your sway roll?
Before I give the sway roll,
Yeah.
I want to say this isn't just about the murder now. This is affecting you as a business.
Yeah, you don't
So
have a
then-
guild. Okay, and so
I don't have a guild. I got
you got drives, but
The diamond next to that would be a guild.
yeah,
so but I can still add a.
you can add dice. It's just not a gilded.
Okay,
Unless
I'm
somebody
gonna.
wants to give you a gilded. I don't know if anybody wants to.
I mean, I got plenty.
This is high
but I'm not
stress.
gonna be there, so that's up to you.
Where are you?
I was gonna ask where this place was located, like if it's in the middle of the city or if it's near like water or something, or. So.
There'd be like a nasty river that would run through like
Okay.
the steel
Then
area.
I'm not here.
Okay, you're down by the.
I'm down by the river.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Okay.
punch him in the mouth.
hold on.
I'm looking for this guy.
All right, let's. I'll give the roll. After I give this roll, I want to go down to the river and join him.
Okay. Okay.
There's a reason. So if I burn a drive, I get a d6. I'm gonna burn 2 drives, so that way I'm rolling 3 d6s then.
So you said
6.
Got a 6.
I got another 6.
He
That's the highest one.
messes with his curl mustache and he touches his chin and he thinks for a minute, kind of looks at the ground, looks back at the building.
Listen, we're only here to talk to the man. We're not here to shut you down. We're not here to inconvenience you. You can even bring him out to us if you don't want us coming in.
No, that's fine. You can go in. Just, mum's the word. And,
What does that mean?
well,
What does that mean?
Can mean anything you want.
he opens up his pocketbook for the 3 people that are here and slips you all, $10, which at the time
That's a lot of money.
is a sacrifice.
That's probably like a month's salary.
Yeah.
What's the name of the guy who get? I'm sorry, you go.
So I was gonna say, what's my salary compared to
Yeah,
that?
$10 to you probably isn't much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$10 is like
For a cop, that's a
Yeah.
lot of money.
$10 is like a house call for you.
Yeah.
So, he's like just again, mum's the word, and
What's the one with that means?
Means
You're
you
not
didn't
there.
see anything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're not there.
yeah,
I
you don't
know.
get $10.
That's
either.
fine.
Do not pass go.
Hey, I'm gonna.
You're a rich book writer. You don't
I'm
need
a
money.
book writer. I don't need money. That's right.
So with that, you two, I guess, go in, and he
It's just-
slips away.
Did he just run off or?
I don't
As-
run. I'm
as you two
75
are-
years old.
Yeah,
I walk.
Roger runs.
he turns
Well,
into Dustin.
Roger is 6 foot and Albert is 5'1". Albert ain't not running.
At 60, he wouldn't be running.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you two begin to go in, you hear behind you, "Daddy, when are you coming home?" What do you do when you hear that?
Vamonos!
That is not Dora.
I pretend I don't hear it, and I know it's not real, so I just keep walking.
Okay. So, did you hesitate at all?
A moment, but I wouldn't want to let anybody know that I'm hearing something, so I would just play it off like there was nothing, and I keep going.
Okay. With that, we're gonna cut away from those two as they go into the factory. And what do you do?
I go up to him at the river. How far is the river from the factory? Do you want one? Yeah, how many do you
I
want?
only had to one for me.
7 blocks away.
7 blocks away.
Took you 3 days to get there.
I walked really far away, guys.
You did, yeah.
You're gonna get
So
murdered and thrown in the river.
so I guess out of
River's
breath.
so stagnant, nobody goes over there.
I guess out of breath. I go, why'd you, son? Why'd you go off so far from the group now? I mean, I get you're distressed all the time. You look like you never get sleep. But why'd you just leave?
Are you just talking to me?
Yeah,
Well, I'm not saying anything then.
you're not saying anything.
He's like,
Okay.
I'm just staring at the river.
While he's staring at the river, I'm gonna go, because I still got that metal detector, or that DIY metal detector, which I guess could be the small mundane invention, right? Because I have that marked down on mine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, well, if you're looking in the river, let me make your life easy. And then I'll put the small mundane invention, like, not in the river, but like hovering above the river. Because
So
if it
you're
gets
trying
wet.
to find something?
Yeah.
Okay. Just make a straight roll to see if you find something.
Find a fish.
Like a fish full of like metal.
That's
shit.
a 2.
That's a 2?
Yeah.
The machine goes haywire. It
Find
like
Does it shock me?
starts
Again.
sparking. Yeah, and you take a body.
I take a body.
Oh, I like it.
I guess when I do that, I go, and I throw it back on the shore.
How close are you to him whenever he throws it?
I mean,
Oh, brother.
I'm just standing there. I haven't moved or done anything since.
Why is Joe Monkey like a ghost?
Just make a roll for me real quick.
wow.
Ooh.
6. So it like lands like by your foot. And what do you do?
I'm still just staring at the river. I'm in my own head right now. I'm not paying attention to anything that's going around me.
Okay, what's going on in your head?
Thinking about a lovely picnic I had at a beach one time with
Okay.
a certain wife of mine.
Obviously. So let's go ahead and go there since you want to go there. So you like there's we hear her laughing and everything at one of your jokes.
Jokes.
Let's see.
Joe Monkey tells jokes.
Well, it wasn't very funny.
No.
Of course, she was trying to make him feel better. I rolled a 3, and
Oh,
so
okay.
like I was hoping for a low roll, so I could be like, well, it wasn't very funny. So yeah, she's trying to make you feel better, and you know it. But I'm going to assume, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it did make you feel better.
Oh yeah.
And I guess when you're with her, again, she's still blurry, like even in your daydreams at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
When you were with her, how did that make you feel?
Very. Thinking back at it, it makes me very happy. But in the moment of when that memory was, I was very stressed with the books. So her making me feel better with the joke actually did make me feel better, and maybe took the stress off for a moment. But it's more the memory of that time with her that I enjoyed more.
So, you guys are sitting there, talking, laughing, joking. What would have been packed for food in this picnic?
Oh, ham sandwiches for sure.
Ham sandwiches?
Yeah. Something nice and cheap because we live cheap lives even though we're rich.
Very nice, very nice. So,
Marion?
right. No, Marion's so cheap, Marion just buys, like, the old school, like,
Dirt.
1900s ham salad. So it's like ham paste. It's not even
That's
ham.
why his Adam's apple's so big.
Splats.
Radiation before radiation even existed.
Exposure to the flare.
The moment is happy and jovial, in your mind, and you're trying to escape this horror that seems to be surrounding you. Your writing has always, shown that, but now, like, you're living in horror, and what do you got there?
While all this is happening, can I just add like something that to my character? I guess that's
Yes,
what's happening.
absolutely.
So like, while this is happening, you can hear the ticking of like a pocket watch that I have in my hand. Like as the minute goes by, just like the second,
tick, tick,
yeah,
tick, tick, tick.
yeah.
Okay.
And allotting myself a minute to like go through memories and stuff, and as I've listened to it so much, the thrum of that pocket watch, that I can tell the difference between the seconds and the minutes whenever it ticks by, or and so I it's a time that I give myself to think about these things, because if I don't, then I'll be in sorrow all the time, I guess.
Well, to bring you back to
What's happening?
the reality,
Yeah.
as those minutes are like you were saying, in those last couple of seconds before you're brought back, you hear her yelling. You're never even here anymore. It's like you're gone. And then you hear a door slam, and the door slam brings you back.
Yeah, I'd like to have tears rolling down my face when I hear that, or those last couple seconds.
And so you would see these tears rolling down his face at this moment.
So before the tears start rolling down, I'm like fidgeting with the thing to get it to stop going haywire.
At my feet, just like looking down at him.
Like,
I'm
yeah,
like-
he's like laying on his stomach, like feet up in the air, and just messing with him.
70-year-old.
So what are you thinking about?
And I look at him and I go, son, it's okay that you lost someone, we all know. No, we all know, but we can see it.
Let's just get back to work. I'll just turn around and start walking back.
And as he turns around and walks back, I'm gonna break through that nutshell eventually.
So you guys start making your way back, and you two are walking your way through the stockyard, and you basically have to follow the process through the majority. So you start outside where cattle are being unloaded from trailers, just as they're like stomping all over each other, and there's guys out there with clubs. It's like whack, just doing what they're supposed to be doing, and hanging them on hooks and sending them on into the building and everything else. And there's even another killing floor inside that you guys walk through where the floor is red. And again, you're hearing, cows basically pleading for help as they're helpless and getting hit with the clubs that are ending their lives. And you continue on in to where cows are being dressed now, stripped of their, hairy flesh and down to their meat. And it is in one of these rooms where you see a big, strong Lithuanian man just cutting away with easy precision, just taking the hair and hide off of cattle faster than imaginable. And he's good size, but he's definitely not the same size of the man that you saw laying in the alleyway. And you two will catch up here in a minute. But you two come to him, and the owner of O'Reilly's Meatpacking Co. says to him, "Atmos, you have a couple people that want to talk to you." And he looks back and he's like, "No time!" And he keeps cutting. And he's like, "Atmos, somebody will fill in for you." "No time!" And he just keeps cutting. Like, he focused on his work. It's not that he's got something to hide. He's just so focused on his work. And the owner looks back at you guys, and he can tell, you can tell that he is getting, nervous because he doesn't want to upset you guys and have you guys shut him down. So he goes over there, grabs him by the elbow, "Come on over here." And sure enough, his eyes aren't glowing blue at the moment. Where do you guys want to start? And he's like, "These men want to talk to you, Atmos. Talk to them."
What did you do yesterday when you left work?
I went home.
A little more in detail.
I left here, had a smoke outside, got on trolley, and went home. Had dinner with family.
Did you go through any alleys on your way home?
No, I went home.
You're lying to me, boy.
Do you have any reeds left?
I don't have any reads.
I do.
Period.
Do you have a reed?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so make a reed roll.
Alright, so what's it? A dice for do I get extra dice if I use the drive?
Yes.
What's your stress?
What's the stress?
Medium.
Medium?
Medium.
Alright, so I get 2 dice, and that's 1, borrow this. Yeah, okay. Wait. So, after I use the read roll, I erase this and I can't do it again, right?
Unless you get it back, but yes.
Oh, so I have a gilded one. So I'm just gonna use all my drives and, basically, everything.
Okay.
Okay, so that's... Is it a dice for every guild? I mean, every drive?
Are you wanting to use gilded dice?
Is that
For
what
that?
this is?
Well, there's regular drives, and then there's gilded.
Oh, that's... Okay. Alright.
So are you rolling 3 dice then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or would it be 4?
If you're using all your drives in before,
Yeah.
it'd be
Yeah.
1 plus 3 drives.
So 1 for the regular and then the 3 gilded.
Yeah, and if you take the number off of the gilded, you'll get 1 of those back.
Yeah. Okay. A 6, a 1, a 5, a 3.
6 on the gilded?
Yep.
Yep.
6 on the gilded. Perfect.
So I get my...
So erase 2 of the drives.
Oh.
Middle one. There you go.
Okay. So, he has no clue what happened last night. He's just as baffled as you are. He's like, What do you mean, Ali? No Ali. Home.
We were told by a very reliable witness. She saw you coming from an alley. There was a man killed in the alley. A man killed with a knife. You seem to have some good skills with a knife.
Could be anybody. We all knife, and he like gestures to the
all knife.
Yeah, we all knife, and he's like, could be anybody. Several stockyard, and like gestures like to the window, and he's like, no people when I go home. I got off 10 minutes early than everybody else last night because I took extra shift.
Can I use a bleed detector?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do I have to roll for that?
I am gonna have you do a roll. What do you have left on your sheet?
I got 2 move, 1 control, 1 read, 1 survey, 2 focus.
You have 1 read left, you said?
Yep.
He's got 2 focus too. I mean, that inspect, analyze.
But that's,
Yeah.
that's
Could be-
to fix you guys up.
let's do focus on that one.
Okay. Just 1 dice?
Unless you want to add to it. Like if you have something to add to it.
I mean, well, actually, this means if I use a focus, that means I can't heal anyone.
Like Noah has to do the sheet on the tablet.
Huh?
Use the sheet like on the tablet.
Oh, yeah.
Can I use a
Noah
read?
does.
That would be nice. Can you use a read?
Yeah, instead of a focus.
Nope. Gotta be a
Okay.
focus.
Do you know how
I
to
just mean I can't fix anyone up.
It's alright.
That's okay. You guys don't need to.
I got
fix
2
up.
focuses.
We don't need health.
5.
Okay, so using the bleed detector, you it's going off, and he's like, what is toy? What is toy? And he starts gesturing towards it.
I'm gonna.
It's a knife.
I'm
Knife.
I'm gonna get it back. I don't want him to break it. Like, like. Not trying to have this expensive bleed detector broken.
And so, like, he's starting to get irate and very confused because he has no idea what's going on. He's like, what is that? What is it?
I'm just gonna, but like, so the bleed detector finds there's a lot of blood on him. Is that what it is?
No, bleed is like the magic
Some
stuff.
magic.
It's on him.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him when he was walking home. Did he feel any pain? Does he remember feeling any pain?
No. Home nice. Walk nice.
Where is the magic on him when he uses the bleed detector?
All over him. He's like
Hands?
quote
Magic
unquote
cows.
contaminated. Yeah. Like he's quote unquote contaminated, like
Okay.
head to toe.
Can we like call the guy who brought us here? Get him to like take this guy, like to put him in quarantine or something? Or, like is it?
If you guys know, because of like, especially you two, because you've been in circles before, you two would know that nobody's gonna believe you about this stuff. This stuff is like kept under wraps. It's not something that's talked about. So like you tell them like you're gonna quarantine him, it would have to be for something more like typhoid or like something that
Medical
like cholera,
related,
yeah, something
Yeah.
medical.
Alright, well,
And even then, in this part of the area,
I'm gonna take like
even in this part of area, it's back to work until you die. So,
I'm gonna take like 6 feet step back.
and he just keeps walking towards you. He's like,
Yeah.
put what?
Yeah,
I put my hand up to stop him.
about to
No
run-
closer, mate.
No, what? You come in here, you threaten me.
You're a suspect.
For what? I do nothing.
Murder!
Nobody died.
Yes. Somebody died.
This is so dumb. I love it.
It's so what?
This is so dumb. I love it. Nobody
Maybe if you hadn't wandered off, you'd be able to help us.
That's true. I can't help.
Seems like you got a lot of actions there that can interrogate
Got a lot of
people.
cunning.
When do we walk in?
At this point, you
Oh.
guys are there now.
Okay,
Do I have a $10 bill as well, or
No,
no?
Do you say that?
No, I'm gonna see an angry man yelling at our partners and hide behind the 70-year-old man.
Well, I guess whilst he's hiding behind me, I'm gonna use my occult researcher and see if I would recognize anything from my studies.
That's right.
So if I do, then I have to take a burn mark.
Brain.
Take a brain mark. And you notice a odd marking as he's like gesturing around. You notice it's like time like slows down for you whenever you see it, but you notice an odd like scar on the back of his hand that doesn't seem right.
We never caught the name of this dude, did we?
Atmos, which you wouldn't have heard it yet. These two
Okay,
had.
yeah.
The boss said it while he was trying to get his attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the bleed, like the stuff on him, is it contagious? Like does it leave a trail where he goes?
Yes, it's kind of, it would be kind of like radiation. Yes.
Because I was wondering the meat he's cutting and all that. Like anything get on that?
For that, it would probably be trace amounts to where it's like not, because he's not like
Not that
active at the moment. If that makes sense, like
Yeah.
it's dormant in a sense at the moment.
So if we went back to the scene of the crime and used a bleed detector, we could just find out what he
You
did
would
next.
find amounts of bleed there. Yes.
What's the scar look like on Atmos' hand?
Half moon shape, but the skin where it would normally be like like purple, like where the skin is healing up and like the new tissue is forming, it's got a little bit of like an ethereal bluish hue to it, but it's not like super noticeable.
So
you
it's-
just happen to catch it whenever like I said, like the world almost slowed down for you, and you saw it as he was gesturing and stuff.
As
Okay.
your vitamins kick in.
So then,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
he's just,
Afternoon pill.
so he's still not gesturing though, right?
Yeah, he's still gesturing at the moment.
Okay, so then I'm gonna go up to Atmos and I'm gonna grab his hand and
you were
bring-
70 years old.
Yeah, what? Oh, you bring it to me?
75-year-old don't care. Okay, I'm gonna say, look, this is not right. We need to quarantine.
Why
this
you
man.
touch hand? And he.
And as soon as he does that, I'm gonna haul off and use my hand weapon. It'll be like a slapjack, and I'm just gonna rail him across the back.
Do I
of the
take a
head.
bleed from that?
You take a body. You don't take a bleed yet.
That's 2 bodies.
And
Getting body
so normal.
Louis, that hurt.
We'll make a roll for this, just to make it fun, because I don't want to automatically go with a thought here. But I've got a couple of thoughts, so we're gonna make this fun and we're gonna make it a roll.
After you get hit by the
After I
slapjack.
get hit by the flapjack or slapjack or whatever it's
Flapjack.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 4. So it's a mixed success. So he like gets woozy for a minute, and it like doesn't quite fully affect him. Like he's got a thick skull.
Yeah, he's a beefy dude.
And so he goes, "Why you hit Atmos?" and rails you.
At this point, can I just run to my car? Bro?
So
like,
you take a body.
All right, then I'm hitting him again.
like,
Okay.
Can I use like a strike or anything against him?
Go ahead and use a strike. You
This
used a move last time, or would you just hit him?
I just said I hit him, so
Okay, that's fine. I will.
This
allow
is
it
the
to go
point
that
when
way.
I wish
So
I wouldn't
roll
have
for a
gotten rid
strike.
of the
and I'm
hand weapon
gonna
on
use
my
a
list.
drive also.
Where's Marion when you need him? Where's Marion when you need him?
Oh, that's great. A 1 and a 2.
So you rear back, and he goes, "No, again!" And he rails you again, and then he shoves you to the ground. So you take another body.
That's 3 bodies.
And
It's a scar.
that's a scar. And then he takes off running.
after
Can
me?
I trip him? Can I stick my foot
Trip
up? I
attack.
have nothing. It's not a nerve. So I'm not. I can't do anything. Like,
Okay, so actually, I'm going to allow you to make a roll here, but I'm going to have you use a hide.
Okay.
And I'm going to, you're going to try to, sneakily do it, is why.
Oh.
So, without him noticing, you want to
Dude.
stick your foot out there.
I got 7 drives. I might as well use
So,
a couple.
Then what do I do
Wait,
for
is
the
this a
scar?
good? Is this he's gonna fall down and what's the tension on this?
We'll go mild.
Okay,
It's medium.
Okay, I'm gonna do 1 drive then. So I'll roll 2 dice. A 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
So he trips and he falls. He picks himself back up, and
Loser. Loser.
This gives you enough time for you to like pick yourself up too.
I'm gonna start yelling at everybody. Stop that man! Stop that man!
He doesn't run. He stands up and his eyes begin to glow blue. And he goes, "We all fall to the pale horse." And then at that time, we've got 4 people here.
I should be like running to my car right now.
Roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
I'm trying to avoid a fight right now. or can I be like on the sidelines? Like I don't want to just ditch everyone, but still be there in case like I'm needed.
Yo.
He looks at you, and he like a ethereal blade forms in his hand, and he stabs you with it. I need you to take a body and a bleed.
Put a book in front of it. Not the face, not the face.
Don't you have a move? Can I make a move for him? Can I push him out of the way?
While all this is going on.
Well, actually, he brought up a good point. Everybody can like take a moment, read your specialty things that you took, and see if there is something that you can use in this moment.
You mean like this?
The stuff in the center.
Yeah. Oh, in the center.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't have anything I can use. How many could we pick? 1 or 2? I got 1.
Yeah, you can look at.
I've already used mine.
Yeah, you've already used that, but
I can't use this. I don't have any control. It says when making a control or move roll. Oh well, I have 2 moves. Okay. I'm not gonna do that yet.
you're gonna hold off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I shoot him?
Can I shoot him? It is an option.
Do you have a hand weapon?
I do.
Oh, there we go.
I'm a detective.
Better not
Yeah.
do this. There's a lot of people around.
I mean,
it's a killing
he's
Joe
assaulted 2 people.
I think I'm up to 3 by now. Because I
Well,
haven't hit you yet. I
Oh
thought,
yeah,
no.
right, he stabbed you. Yeah, he's assaulted 3 people.
Yeah,
That's
that's what
attempted
I
murder.
Albert's still on the ground.
Louis,
I want to be like at
grab the vitamins out of the bed.
I'm not trying to get into a fight. I want to make sure I get this, but like, I still want to be there.
Yeah.
It's a 6.
not only gilded, but still a success.
Yeah.
So, were you aiming for the heart, or what were you aiming for?
Headshot.
Right between the eyes.
I mean, he's. I kind of feel like, yeah, I might have been, because clearly, I would think, okay, he's lied to us. Now he's tried to kill Joe. He's assaulted me twice. He's assaulted Albert. This is our killer. I got to stop him before he kills somebody else.
What? He didn't lie. He's just like under control by something. The white horse, whatever
Doesn't
that
matter.
is.
We don't know that.
What?
The pale horse.
The pale horse?
Still,
Yeah.
We all
he-
fall to the pale
he's
horse.
killing people, and
He
he's
is.
trying to kill more people.
Yeah. Because he's not running. He's after us.
Detective's got
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We
then,
gotta put
yeah.
him down,
Put
or
him
else
down.
we're gonna die.
So he turns around, unexpressionless, bullet hole that you can see through his white shirt.
Oh.
Blood trickling down, but then the blood seems to reverse and go back into the hole. The hole's still there, and he goes, "We all meet death eventually," and I'm gonna make a roll here.
Do you want a D4?
Dude, if he tries to run past me, I'm tripping him again. Even if I'm on the ground.
As to not rotate it at all,
6.
I need you to take a body and a bleed as he stabs you.
I'm going to use Death Defy.
Death defy.
Yep. So
Love
I
it.
take no marks.
You take no marks?
Yeah.
So he swings at you, and you, like, almost like kind of saw it coming, like, whoo, and he misses you. But in the, like, missing of you, he notices you're close, turns the blade, and comes at you.
Well, how am I close though? I'm supposed to be.
He's
like,
running to his car.
He's running to his car.
Get
So
out of here.
you're close.
Oh, brother.
I need you to take a body and a bleed.
Oh,
I can't take any more bodies. I got 3.
Okay, so tell us about your scar.
From the body.
Yeah.
So that would have happened
been
after
when you
he
fell
rocked
down,
me
right?
the second
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. So probably like something with the face, since I punched you in the face.
I'd like to think he fell on a rock as he got punched.
Also, I need to come back to you in a second.
Okay.
So I don't know if it would be like a boil or anything like. Well, he experienced it from the. That was from the creature.
Yeah.
But does all marks and eventually look different on everyone else?
Yeah, that's kind of the point is, so like, I'm going to ask him here in a second, how does this bleed affect you? And I'm going to ask you the same thing, because you also took a bleed. But this moment, it's like a fleshy scar, because it was a body.
Okay.
And so, like, you'll mark a scar and write what it is on your sheet, and
Okay.
then you will fill in one more body mark. Because you can take 3 scars throughout the entire, like, campaign. So you still have 2 scars you can take beyond this, but you are
Okay.
you are our first person to take a scar.
I'm the first one. But you said I also take a bleed too.
Yes.
Okay.
How many bleeds do you have? Is that your first or your
That's
second?
my first bleed.
Okay.
So I guess after getting rocked to the ground, we'll say a almost like a diamond shape, where it's almost like somebody took a nail and just kind of went, not like a nail you drive through wood, but like their fingernail, and like would like try to almost imprint it.
Okay.
But that's in that shape and it's black on the cheek.
Okay.
Probably about, let's say it's that big.
That's your scar
Yeah.
from your body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it comes in various ways, right?
Well, this
Not
is just
bleed.
like being punched. That's bleed.
Bleed is the one that
Yeah.
is different.
Yeah.
Oh.
This
You
is
got a
this
black
is
eye.
Yeah. This is a physical scar, not a bleed scar.
Okay, well, let's just say I spit out some teeth.
Okay. Perfect. that,
Teeth
that would
are
be,
gone, man.
That'd be accurate.
My dentures fell out.
Somebody hand me my gum.
And specifically, it's, we'll do 4. 4 on the left.
Okay.
Like, so the molars in basically the 4 molars in the back.
Okay. And then how does the bleed affect you that you took whenever you just got stabbed?
I guess I kind of zone out from the scene for a moment, and I think about a time when I was in my younger days, going through. We'll say going through and investigating tombs of kings.
Tombs of Kings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Older of kings from
A distant country?
yeah, a distant country.
Okay, I'll have to come up with the name of a distant country. How much fun?
I've added lore.
Yes, you did.
And during said adventure, we were going through this hole to get into this to get deeper into the in caves,
Okay.
and I tripped and broke a rib, and I go back to that same pain for a moment.
So, like, the rib gets racked with pain through
Yeah.
this, and it's almost like electrifying.
Yes,
Like, whenever
it
it
was
hits
just
you.
like
Okay. And how did the bleed affect you?
I mean, I guess since getting stabbed, I'm probably on the ground. I don't think my character would, or I don't think Joe would be very, like, crying out in pain or anything.
It's
I
all
think
my
he would
fault.
just be like, in his own mind, maybe the same thing of, like, the memory of allowing himself that minute, hear the ticking of the clock, and maybe
So you hear the
Yeah.
again? Okay. And where does your mind go during that minute?
some classy jazz music as that I could recall me and my wife dancing to at one point in our lives.
We'll say that this is a very intimate moment. This is a moment of you guys have just bought the House of Monkey.
Yes.
And you guys are celebrating barefoot on the wooden floor, just dancing, just spending time together as a couple, happy for this rare moment in life where you have successfully bought your own house and everything is just right with the world. No quarrel, no book deadline, no nothing. Everything is just calm, wonderful, and peaceful.
That sounds good.
And then as the minute wanes, you hear the same phrase. It's like you're never here anymore. You're here, but you're not. And then the door slams, and you come back to reality again. And let's see. So you're still running?
I think I'm at the car. I don't know.
Okay. So you're at the car,
I stinking car, man.
right?
Can I just decide to ram this car into this guy? Let me just.
I knew this was coming.
You wouldn't be able to.
He's gonna have to go through the building.
Yeah,
That's a lot of building to get through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to make that
Oh,
happen.
I didn't realize what it was.
Building's,
We're in the stockyard.
Yeah, like in the
building
heart
is-
of the building.
It's a brick building, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you ain't making it through that building. That building is stout.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just ready to take off whenever not without you guys, but
I got the engine running.
got the engine ready. Ready to,
Wheelman. Okay, so what is your guys' next move?
I'm still on the ground, right?
I would imagine so.
Okay, I'm gonna take out the metal detector and I guess try to what?
Nothing.
And you know what? I'm gonna try to see if I can get the knife out of his hand.
With the metal detector, just smack it.
No, just stick it up and see if the knife just comes to the metal detector.
So
Almost like a magnet.
as you try to swipe at it with the metal detector, he twirls it in his hand, aimed down, and it is at that point you realize it's not an actual metal knife. It is made out of magic. It is a bleed
Magic.
like a occultist type knife. It's made out of bleed, and he plunges it into you again, and you take another body.
My word.
You take another
This
body
is-
and another bleed.
I guess I get what I deserve because I technically started all of
You
this.
did.
You grab his hand.
Am I?
I was-
Able to
I was
move
trying.
around? Am I able to move around, or does this
Yeah.
is this hurt the stab?
I mean, it hurts, but you can still move.
Do I take it? I take another bleed.
Yeah.
Let's get the heck out of here.
Yeah,
I'm out of here, dude. I don't want to fight
Hubbard's
this
gonna
guy.
die.
He looks.
Anybody
you,
got a camera to take a
he
picture of
leans
this guy
close
as
and
we
he's
run
like,
away?
"Succumb to the sick," and he continues to drive the knife into you. I'm not gonna have you take any more just yet, but that's where we're at.
Can I just feel really brave? Joe Monkey's gonna run the other direction.
Oh, I thought you were gonna use your "it's not in your head" thing and actually try to do something.
No,
but
no,
yeah,
no,
you can
no, no.
start running.
No, we're out of here.
I'm
dude.
gonna take my camera and try to take a picture of his face.
Oh yeah,
That is fantastic.
I'm actually
grab
him. They say cheese.
Okay.
Say cheese, bucko.
I have no nerve. I have nothing. Everything is in cunning, and I love it.
Man, that makes it hard for me to make you do a roll for that, and I want to make you do a roll so bad. Okay, so to take the picture, what do you got left down there? Because I know you used a lot.
One control, one hide, one survey, one focus.
Okay.
I've been training for this moment. I have 2 trains.
Oh,
You do have 2
I'm
trains.
lifting. I've been lifting the weights.
Lifting.
Okay, so you can use one or both of your trains, and you two can work together, and we can do a combined score. And obviously, if you use 2 trains and you use 1 dice and no drives, the highest outcome is what
18.
18. Yeah. So, we'll say anything over 12 would be a success then.
Gotta roll 12 out of 3 dice.
Oh, I can. What am I rolling here?
Your control.
Okay.
You got any more drives, or is it all?
I do, and
And it's gilded.
He has resistance. I can see the resistance.
I
on
have
here.
resistance and control is gilded, so I can add. I'm gonna add my gilded extra to that.
Should I use both of my trains? It's still 3 dice, right? I guess I'll.
Well, he's rolling multiple dice too, so it'll be easier to get your 18. You could just roll one.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead. I'll see what you do, and then I'll add whatever I need to. Because if you roll an 11...
That's 8.
Alright, then I'm going to roll both. I'm going to roll both trains. I don't trust myself to get something like a 4 or higher. Alright.
So, you guys...
We got a 12.
We got exactly 12, what we needed.
Okay, so we're going to call this a mixed success because all of your numbers are all very low.
Yeah.
But you guys did succeed. So, you guys, like, you pick him up for the cheese, the camera bulb flash goes off, and in his bewilderment, like, he's starting to come to, but in the last, like, quick struggle, the knife, the knife goes into your leg, and you take another body and another bleed.
That's fine.
How does this bleed affect you?
Boy.
Oh, man, I'm just...
All this to take a picture, right?
I'm going to be focusing on my happy memory and do It's All in Your Head.
Okay, perfect.
Just,
so then you soak the one bleed,
yeah.
and you don't have to take a additional bleed.
Yeah.
So with in this moment, as he's coming back to like regular, he's like, "Unhand me! No, why we still fight?" Because he doesn't remember any of what just happened.
Does he still have the hole in his chest?
No.
Oh, it closed up.
I know it closed, like the blood went back in, but like...
There's still a tear in his like his shirt, but the hole is closed up. There's a scar there.
Would
with
I have
a hint of the ethereal blue again?
Cuffs or anything that I can put on him at this point?
I would say so as a detective.
Yeah.
I will allow you to have that.
We're going to shackle this guy up.
Medic, I've been stabbed twice. He's also been stabbed
I'm
twice.
just Albert's on the ground. Just,
Hey, Louie. I'm going to need the first aid kit out of my truck.
I look at James. I go, get out of the stupid car and help.
Bro, I just hear that, like, the ruckus, the calm, everything.
Yeah, here's the gunshot.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
So then I go back, and I'm gonna help them get to my car. I gotta get out of there.
Sorry, it's a stupid car.
There's a bunch of big burly guys to help us get us to the car, too, so
Yeah.
we'll be fine.
So,
Good thing Albert only weighs
where
125
to at this moment? What do you guys do?
I would probably find a telephone to call for the I don't know, call somebody for backup to come get this guy.
So you dial Klondike 911.
Do we have Alan's number, or can we only reach him by the dial?
You two would know how to contact Alan.
Okay, then I would call him.
Moments later, Alan is there and dressed like typical Alan, dark clothes, like dark slacks, dark button-up shirt. His dreadlocks are still tied up, and he comes over and he's like, "What's going on? You guys said you had something on the phone. It must have been pretty serious, because I know you guys are quite capable."
You're probably not there, because I imagine you guys are going to a hospital.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
You're going to take him to your office?
yeah, I was about to say my office, but no, I forgot my doctor.
So Alan shows up and I explain to him everything that went down, that this guy went crazy, his eyes lit up all blue, I shot him in the chest, the wound healed up on its own. There's obviously something magical, mystical about him, or he's under. And I tell him about the pale horse thing. Yeah,
Pale horse. Well, that's new. So that might be something we need to look into.
Oh, and a blade. He didn't have any weapons on him, and then all of a sudden, after his eyes went blue, a blade just materialized in his hand.
Well, remember I did that in the West Rec. That's a common summoning thing. Remember
Thank you.
That's not for you. Chicken, like for the crust. This is the chicken crust that we were talking about. Dieting for the podcast.
While you guys are doing this, I'm going to go get the water.
Yeah, absolutely. He's like, remember in the West Rec, whenever that creature was after us, whenever you and I were in a circle together, I had to use my ghost blade. That's somewhat a thing.
Okay.
But, and I know of the spell that he was under. So I don't think he has any links to the occult. I think somebody put him under a spell, because it sounds very much like. And he pulls out one of his occult books, and it's got it's got two skeletons that are like attached at like the ribs. So this thing has like, how many ribs does a normal human body have? Like
12.
12?
No, it's more than that.
I thought it was more than that.
It's like, I want to say it's closer to 16.
Alexa, how many ribs does the human body have?
The human body typically has 24 ribs.
So it has 48 ribs, because it's like two bodies like connected at the spine that go up and down, and it's got like two skull faces and everything, and he's thumbing through it, and he's like, yeah, possession. Here's the possession spell right here, and he starts like going over, like explaining to you how the spell works and everything, and he's like, it's very common, a lot of common ingredients, and he starts listing off different things. You're not there?
No, I'm in the hospital.
And Joe's not there.
Yeah, I'm the only
He's
one that's there.
basically...
Would you have seen the list of ingredients that were on the sheet of paper from the mogul's house?
From the mogul's house.
Doesn't... He might have that. He might have that list of... Wait, no, I do. I think I have it. Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, I don't think that was part of mine.
Yeah, I get that list of supplies by Mr. Sands.
Okay.
It's probably covered in blood now.
It might be.
Might have
Depends
a
on
hole in it.
what pocket you had it in.
Right pocket.
I can really taste it.
Chicken parmesan.
Basically.
Yeah, with pepperonis.
I can't wait to eat the rest of that, but it is hot. So he's like, he starts listing it off, and he's like, this is interesting, because we need to talk to the guy. Where is he?
Oh, he's laying here on the ground. He's in handcuffs.
Okay, I didn't know if you had him shipped off
No.
already or not. Okay.
No, I would have waited till Alan got here to look him over and examine him before I had him sent off to jail.
And so Alan like flips open his book, and he starts looking through a couple of different things, and he's like, okay. And he walks over to the guy, and the guy looks at him, he's like, what are you doing? And he's like, easy, I'm a friend. And he flips open his paw, like his palm, I mean. His paw. And he...
Put your little mitt out there.
He takes a piece of chalk and begins to draw on his hand while he's asking questions. And he's like, do you recall anything at all that has happened to you in the past 24 hours? And he's like, I come to work and I go home. And he's like, you don't recall anything at all about killing anybody or even stabbing my friends? And he's like, I stab no one. I work, I cut cow. And so continuing on with pleading the usual stuff, and he's like, okay, now reveal everything. And at that point his eyes go blue again, and he begins to talk in a different voice, and he's like, he starts explaining. He's like, I threw up on the ground, and I felt it overcome me, which is what caused me to throw up. And it took over, and it was like I was being controlled from far off in a distance, as if somebody else was seeing through my eyes. And I was headed toward a destination which I did not know when the man bumped me. And then I slaughtered him with the same knife that I stabbed the other 3 men. Attempted to stab the 3 men because he didn't actually stab you.
Lucky.
And so he starts saying all this stuff, and Alan goes, who's controlling you? And he's like, I know not entity, but I know of the pale horse. And then his eyes go back to normal again, and he's back to regular. And Alan lets go of his hand, and he stands up and he looks at you, and he's like, "So this pale horse thing keeps coming up. I wonder if they're maybe a new group's in town. Like we have the Red Hand and we have a couple others, but I think we need to do some more digging. I think you need to get you guys together, and we need to meet back at the lighthouse for a minute."
I will go meet up with them at the hospital, and after their wounds attended to, we will see you at the Jade Dragon.
I will see you. Jade Palace.
Jade Palace. Yeah, I'm like, I know it's Jade something. I don't remember.
Jade Palace.
It's a day of rolling the exact same thing over and over again, and it's a day of forgetting names of things.
Watch that happen. Watch that happen Friday.
Yeah, that's what I was just
Huh?
saying.
Watch that happen
I
Friday.
think so.
Yeah.
Is that where the Kung Fu Panda? Isn't that the Jade Palace? Isn't
I
that
think it
the
is.
place?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Didn't even realize
Master
that.
Oogway.
I didn't either.
And I'm pretty sure Oriental Express is the name of a movie.
Orient. Murder on the Orient Express.
Oriental Express.
I'm thinking of a kung fu movie, I think.
Oriental
I could be
Express.
wrong, though.
Eat your chicken.
It's quite tasty.
That looks good.
And it's low carb.
Hey, you have food.
I'm full.
I'm full. Monkey.
I'm letting him look real quick, and then we'll continue.
Friday? It's D&D?
Friday's D&D.
Okay. Just making sure it wasn't Saturday again. At 6, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. I'm pumped.
Yeah, we got a couple other things that we're going to discuss after we're done, too.
Got it.
Pertaining to this or D&D?
Pertaining to this.
Okay.
Or both.
What'd you find?
Nothing.
No? Okay.
I thought there was a kung fu movie. It was called Oriental Express, but I didn't see it, so.
I'm probably going to watch a Kung Fu Panda movie to bed now.
Which one? You should watch the second one. One of the best ones.
Skadoosh.
With the peacock?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I think second, first, third, fourth. That's how I rate them. But watching, you always have to go.
I don't know. I really liked the fourth one. I thought
I
it was
don't,
good.
I don't know that I've ever seen the third.
I
or
heard the fourth one was the worst.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
I haven't
It's
seen
just-
2, 3, or 4.
I've seen 1 and 2.
Because isn't the fourth one the one that just came out, or was that like
Yeah.
5 or
Yeah.
something?
That was 4.
I knew there's a black one.
I've heard it. Some people think they made it aggressively.
I just like the first.
Yeah,
I like them all, but
yeah.
the first and second one are the best.
I
Of
know.
what?
Kung Fu Panda.
Those are the best ones.
I just like when he's a klutz inside the first one. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he's fighting, Thailand.
Yeah. Yeah, Tyler. I love the part from the fourth one where he's like, inner peace, dinner please, dinner with peace. I was like, what a fat guy. Because
Yeah.
like that speaks to my inner fat guy. Because that would be me too. I'd be like, dinner please. But I would never say dinner with peas because
Dinner with
I'm human and not a monster.
Peas are good.
Peas taste like dirt.
Well, maybe if you made it right.
Have the
Maybe you
peas
just
from
don't
Pasta
wash
House.
them.
True.
My wife is the one that makes the peas. I never make
Peas are
peas.
good.
I'm not,
I didn't like them when I was a kid, but then I grew up and learned that something tastes
Careful what
good.
you say now.
She knows I don't like peas. So
And potatoes.
It's nothing new.
Yeah,
And potatoes.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have liked the fishing trip then. We had potatoes every day for every meal. It was just cut up potatoes and just like put on a what was it, black stove, black top?
Yeah.
Oh,
Black
well,
stone.
like fried potatoes
stone.
I like potatoes and onions, yeah, I like that. But there's usually a lot of oil and a lot of the oniony taste like mixed in with the starchiness of the potatoes, so that works pretty well. I like how that complements each other, so that's good.
Just like drowned in ketchup.
I don't like ketchup. Like, I'll put ketchup on a hot dog every once in a while, but like ketchup's not one of my go-to seasoning things.
Mustard.
I do like mustard.
Like spicy mustard on hot dogs is my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Ketchup and mayo.
On
mayo.
hot dogs?
Yeah.
Really?
Ketchup and mayo.
Dijon mustard.
It's not
Okay,
bad.
so we're at the hospital now,
Yes,
right?
thank you for getting us
I was
back on
gonna
track.
say,
Back to the store.
Fat Guys Anonymous over here. Hang on.
start talking about food.
But anyways, yes. So we're back. So we're at the hospital. So what are you all doing? What's going on?
Well,
I'm currently getting stabbed.
is it like a hospital or a doctor's office? Like,
Well, you work in a doctor's office,
in the
So
hospital.
I would imagine you would take them back to your doctor's office.
Okay, I'm gonna yell for my sister to come outside and help me.
Nurse?
That's me hanging up
So it's
there.
a Saturday afternoon, so she's not there.
I'm gonna call her and tell her to help me.
Okay.
Yo, hey, I know it's a Saturday. Stop whatever you're doing. I'll pay you double. Get over here.
She
Double.
she lives close, so she's there within like
We got an
6
emergency.
minutes.
4 minutes.
She should assume it's emergency, not like we ran out of pickles, you know. Like, not that type of emergency, you know. But anywho,
Didn't know doctors' offices had pickles.
This
Yeah.
is new.
yeah.
I'm learning
So-
all sorts of things.
Wait, which one's worse? Cause I'm gonna take whoever's
Scalpel?
worse.
Probably the
He's
old
worse.
man.
Yeah, he's worse
Alright.
because he
Yeah,
took
I'm,
it. Well, you both took 2 stabs, didn't you?
I took 2 stabs.
Yeah.
But you did. It's in your head for the second one and soaked the bleed.
Yeah, so I have 2 body, 1 bleed.
So it's
I
him.
got
that's-
3 body marks and 2 bleeds.
Oh, yeah.
While I'm
And a
fixing
brawl.
him
You gotta
up,
erase those
my
body
assistant
marks
is
for the
gonna
fourth
be
one there.
patching him up a little bit
I
for
did.
what
I
she
put
knows.
one right there.
He took he took another body after taking a body.
That's what I was saying. You erase the 3 after you get the scar, and then you start over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
you still
what are
have
you
one.
doing?
So you still have 1.
I'm gonna patch him up, and then
Okay.
while I'm doing that, my assistant can like make sure he's not bleeding, basically
Oh, I'm bleeding.
bleeding out. That is.
So Ashley, whenever you get stabbed with in a ethereal like this one in particular, you don't like bleed all over the place. It's more like
Sucks up all the blood, and there's just
It's
skin
in-
there.
almost
Just vampiric
Like the-
touch blade.
Life steal.
yeah, kind of.
So can I?
So like you feel drained and you've definitely been hit and like you show like signs like there's a blood patch on your shirt, but you're not like pouring blood everywhere.
Right.
So could I use a bleed detector on both of them, or like on all of us, like to see if we got like that stuff on us too, that radiation, whatever that is.
They're covered in
Covered.
bleed.
Okay, they're covered in blue. Okay, yeah, I know. I basically.
Well, bleed, but like they're not like glowing or anything like
Okay.
that.
I know I like stood next to that guy and I ran away. But like I was about to say, if I got something on me, it'd be we gotta warn him. You know, he's literally right next to that guy.
So, do you have like in your list of things? Did you take like stitching people up or whatever it's called?
I got patch up.
Okay, what does it say that does?
When you have a few moments of calm, you can make a focus roll to heal 1 body mark on an ally. On a 4 to 5, spend 2 intuition to accomplish this. On a 6, spend 1 tuition. On a 3 or less, you may take a brain mark to take 4 to 5 result instead.
Make a roll.
Who are you gonna do? Are you gonna?
That's you.
Okay.
So you have to roll a 6 because you only have 1 intuition, right? Or 1.
But I have 2 focus.
Oh, you have 2 focus. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
So 2. Okay. So I guess try again.
Unless you want to take the brain mark.
What do you mean?
Take a brain mark.
Yeah, take a brain mark, and then it moves you up to a 4 or a 5, essentially. So
Oh.
it would be a mixed success.
So you mark on this.
Oh, I have to take a brain mark?
Yeah.
It'll go away at the end of the session.
Alright,
Maybe.
Can I borrow that? Thank you.
Maybe.
More than likely.
Is it
How
gonna
do
go
you
away,
How do you
Justin?
die in this?
get 3
Is
scars.
this gonna go away if I take a brain?
Maybe.
That's,
More
that's-
than likely.
That's how I've understood it.
Because
anyways.
I
You
remember
get 3
it.
scars, you die. Okay.
Or something like that. Like you become.
A vegetable.
Yeah.
Well, if I become a vegetable, I would want to die.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Just saying.
Quality over quantity.
That's right.
Uh huh.
Alright, I'll just do it. 'Cause
Just back he had a good run and pull the plug, guys.
Yep. Yep. Do it.
Which Vanessa knows that that's what I want. So if it happens,
It's a
just
3.
remember he had a good run. And then,
For what?
Patching him up.
oh, you don't have to roll again.
Oh, okay.
It just automatically
Yeah.
makes it a 4 or 5.
Oh,
So
okay.
you get like incredibly stressed out because you're like, I gotta save this old man. Like he is a huge part of this group. I gotta save him.
Even though he literally got us into this mess.
It's all his fault.
Yeah, I thought you said I did. I was like, what do you mean?
No, I did.
I know what drama.
So role play this moment for us. Like you're stitching him up and you're being stitched up. So like,
I thought he's unconscious, getting stabbed that many times.
did you pass out? Or are you a man about this?
I'm a man.
Okay.
I'm a real man.
I go.
I'm a real boy.
Just because I'm 75 years old doesn't mean I can't take a couple of hits, son. And then I put my hand on his shoulder and I go, I was only trying to get us to where we can pull him aside and say we needed to quarantine him.
Hey, where are your stab wounds? Like, where exactly are they?
Well, one of them's probably in the stomach,
Okay.
I would imagine, because he knocked me flat, and he came down and stabbed me.
And the one in the leg?
And then you said there was one that swiped, right?
That was at him.
That was okay. So both of mine are straight stabs. Okay.
Give me
2 wounds to the torso.
Give me
Yeah,
my
let's just
Duramax.
say 2 to the torso, one above each other here. And the abdomen.
So you look like you had an open heart surgery.
Yeah.
I was hoping. It was like,
Wait a second.
Tim, didn't you get stabbed in the leg?
Louis, I need to get to my Duramax.
Lloyd, what's with the scar across my arm?
Diesel is meant to go.
I was hoping I could, like, pat him right where you got
I didn't even
stabbed
think
and be
about
like,
that,
well...
whatever I
but can't do that. Because I could do that with him, because he got it, like, right on his leg. I'd be like, well... Then it would hurt a lot. But, what'd you just say? Your character?
I was only
Oh, yeah.
I was only trying to get him away so we could quarantine him.
You don't have to be stupid all the time, okay? It's okay.
Is this about the time you come in?
Oh, after you say that in
Probably
character,
getting close to that,
Hold
yeah.
on. After he says that, I somewhat try to go, son, you're going to take back what you said eventually. And I just go to sleep.
Okay, so you come in while they're both being
He
patched
didn't
up.
like that.
Let's see.
Albert didn't like that.
Oh.
I'm going to roll being the nurse patching you up. See if we can take away one of your body marks.
Okay.
But if I get a 2 or a 1 to a 3, it's a fail.
That's fine.
Because I can't take a brain
I know.
for her.
I know. It's
So-
okay. I hate you. You're rolling hot all night, and you roll that.
So that's a 2, and so she's like, hold still, as she's like trying to like get you to like get patched up, and she's like, your muscles keep quivering. I can't get this done. And our friend
Monkey.
Nathaniel James Carver comes in.
Great group of guys over here.
Why did you try to grab him, old man?
He's passed out on the table.
I'm asleep, so you
Yeah.
gotta tell him what I told
yeah,
you.
yeah, we're in a
Slap him
separate
quick.
room too.
Wake up!
You don't take a body for that one.
Okay.
We're not trying to kill you in session 2.
I saw the blue on his hand, the mark on his wrist, and I was trying to quarantine him. But in turn, I only got us into more trouble. So I apologize.
In the future, leave the physical things to the police, alright? You're here as an advisor. You're here for your mind, and that's it. And your mind isn't very sharp at the moment.
Albert didn't like that either. And I just I go, yes, sir.
I spoke with Alan. He needs to meet with us, so when you boys are ready to travel, we'll head down to the Jade Palace.
I feel good. I get up like Poe from Kung Fu Panda and run.
I say, fetch me a cane.
Did you get into the morphine while you were there?
Dipping into the laudanum?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. So, you get a cane.
Yeah, you get a cane.
Okay.
Should he get a cane? He got stabbed in the leg.
He didn't get stabbed in the leg. He got stabbed, I think, in the gut. The same as
in
he
the
did.
gut
Who
twice.
got stabbed in the leg?
I'm fine though. I'm
Oh.
32.
I thought one of y'all got stabbed in the leg.
Mm-mm. No leg.
I feel great.
You weren't even there to see it happen. How would you know what happened?
Yeah, you're. Well, I can.
Coward.
Bro.
Bro.
I'm the one man over here taking the hits to the face and taking him out to
I
the
do
dead.
gotta
You're over
say,
here trying to start your
his
car.
You
illumination
guys
key
should've ran
is
away
avoid a
too.
fight.
No!
Ah,
Yeah.
So he did succeed on that.
Yeah, but I was trying to avoid a fight, so I gave you extra points. And to be honest, I'm glad I did.
Look at this!
You guys got shredded.
You guys got shredded.
All blank!
What do you mean all blank? Oh yeah, all blank.
so was mine.
No, you've got 2 bodies.
Oh, well, yeah.
I got one
Yeah,
brain.
I was talking about this.
I thought you were pointing to the scar. She's got a
No.
brain.
So,
Big whoop.
Yeah, I had to heal you. Dude, you should have. Don't you get the
Yeah,
erase one
erase
of
your
those?
body mark.
yeah, you
Oh,
lose the
okay.
body mark.
See, there you go.
Just
made,
the body not bleed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Made you better.
So, you guys get back to the Jade Palace, and Albert was like, okay, or not Albert, Alan. Too many A's. So he goes, okay, we have this guy mentioning the pale horse several times. We have, 2 guys dead of
Similar wounds.
2? Oh, never mind.
the theater mogul.
Yeah, I was like 2.
We have a summoning spell, or not a summoning spell, but a possession spell. So, somebody's at work here. I think we need to figure out a few things. One of the best ways that I can think of now to do it is a potential meeting with some members of the Red Hand to see if they know anything. If there's any objections amongst the group, feel free to... I didn't touch anything! Feel free to say something. Because if you think that's a bad idea, I will listen. Because I'm not crazy about the idea myself.
I think it's cool to look into it, but
I don't really like the idea of it. The Red Hand is a very dangerous group, but if it's our only option, it might be our last choice.
I can't see it any other way.
I start writing on a piece of paper.
I just think about the comments that were made towards Albert earlier.
Okay.
Or not I, but Albert.
Yeah.
You give it to me.
You know what I want, funny man. Ages of no importance to me, unless it's a cheese.
Okay. So,
That was my stomach.
then I will arrange
Sure
it.
was.
I want you guys to... We need to start heading we need to start heading towards the West Wreck, and I will go with you guys.
Okay.
We're going to exchange some items with the Red Hand. These are low-level items. The creature that you guys encountered last lost a couple of teeth, and so they're getting a couple of teeth out of this, while we're hoping to gain some information as well as a artifact that is it's a staff of an old sage that lived in these lands in the old fair long ago. And so we will see what ends up happening. But if you pray, now might be the time to, because I don't know what's going to happen once we get to the West Rack. And so you guys start heading over there. Is there any conversation in the car as you head there?
I'm good.
I would probably be just making sure my gun's loaded, ready to go, and I'm just thinking about any possible outcome, that things that could go bad from meeting with them.
Okay, so anybody else?
I'm flipping through research materials.
So you know, like from flipping through your research materials, and you can definitely share this with the group. The person that is like the leader over the Red Hand would be known as the proprietor. He's the leader, very mysterious, powerful as a king amongst the group, and also referred to as being deadly as a viper. Their values, they seek power and profit more than anything else, and so their plan is to sell these teeth once they get them. Members of this organization commonly wear gloves, and those who do business with them must ensure they remove their gloves when shaking on a deal, because the Red Hand does not consider a gloved handshake binding.
Yeah, kind of knowing where we're going, I'm gonna act more serious, more stern, more thoughtful of my surroundings. It's unlike before, where I was just kind of not really caring what was happening. Knowing who's involved this time, you know.
With that being said, with what he just said, I'm gonna look towards Joe and I'm gonna say, I'm serious. That's my stomach.
Over there burning a hole in your couch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and lean in and say, just for a moment during this time, forget about your loss and let's think about serious things. Not saying that your wife wasn't serious, but I understand it was a big loss, but our lives are at stake.
I want to say nothing to him. Got this weird old man talking to me while I'm thinking about what I would need to do. I work great in groups. I'm just letting you know.
Okay, so as we begin to exit town and make our way to the West Wreck, where's it at? Mr.
Stop.
Matt sent that to me.
He did.
After you showed it to me. Where's it at?
Or water.
Glass.
Glass. Name of the sea is actually the Glass Sea in our area.
Oh.
South Soffit. Steam. Steel.
Steel.
Flash.
Flash.
Mustache. Alright, and this is... Why can't I find it? I'm getting aggravated. I'm sorry, guys.
It's alright.
All good.
I thought it was in a certain spot and then it wasn't there. There it is, West Wreck. Alright. So, this portion of the Fairylands was once known as Westickland and is now called the West Wreck, as this land has remained infertile and undeveloped since the electric event. The area was previously filled with storehouses that held goods, predominantly agricultural exports, before they passed through Hallow Harbor. But today, the countryside is well known for the trenches and proliferation of landmines that still pose a threat to locals, and travelers and visitors must hire a local guide to lead them through. Though the primacy...
Sorry, I'm talking to him while you're talking. Go ahead.
...claims a restoration is underway, no actual progress seems to be made, and the people of this land have either been displaced or forced to live in dilapidated homes on ravaged earth. So... we show up there, and you notice that Alan's demeanor changes a little bit, and he's like, "Stay close. I don't want to lose anybody to landmines." And
Okay.
his eyes turn like a dark red, and basically, those of you that know him know that this is like a way that he does divination, essentially, so he can like see basically where the landmines are at this moment because of using this spell. And so he's like, follow
Is that an
directly
actual
behind.
school of magic in here?
No, there's not an actual school of magic, but he's like an occultist, so like
okay.
he has done a lot of like studying up on all this kind of stuff and everything. And so he like weaves super quickly through these landmines, and you guys are like astounded at like how quickly and almost effortlessly he just like moves through them. And you guys come to a warehouse, and like he quickly turns right and goes in, and you guys follow. And as you walk into the floor, like the main floor area of the warehouse. Like the ceiling has kind of like caved in off to the sides, and it's open at the top. And at this point, it is now Saturday evening, and the moon is high in the sky and coming down in to the area, and Bray goes, "We're here," and another group of individuals come out, and one of them in particular, you would recognize, you because of doing investigations on the Red Hand, not just for Candela, but also for
Normal police stuff.
Yeah, police stuff, and you because you're crazy and you're following the Red Hand yourself. And this is Aroha Tamakai. He is a lifelong member of the Red Hand, and he frequently appears after the dust of a phenomenon. So, like, as soon as the dust settles somewhere, he normally shows up, and he attempts to make deals with members of Candela, obviously, because that's why we're here. So, with this, he's like, "Do you have what you have offered?" And Bray stays silent. He's leaving the talking up to you guys at the moment.
I'll be like, sure do.
Okay, well, can we see the teeth? And at this point, since you spoke up, you're going to be the one that has the teeth. So
I have the teeth?
Yeah.
You're a doctor after all.
I'm just going to stroll
Can we
up.
see the items that you're offering up before we reveal what we have?
2 more Red Hand members come out, so there is a total of, say, 7 of them to our 5. And they come out, they're carrying this case, and they flip it open, and there's the staff in front of us. And so you go ahead and you start.
Just gonna, stroll on over and give it to them.
And one of them sticks out their hand for a shake.
I forgot, what did that do?
Is the glove on or off?
What do you got over there? You got a survey?
Yeah, I do.
Burn a survey. High stress.
High stress?
High stress.
So wait,
Can I help him?
You can help him.
What is it? A survey?
Yeah.
just to see if he has a glove on?
Just to see if he has a glove on.
Man,
I'm
you're-
gonna give him a survey
you're-
too.
So that's 3 dice so far.
I have well read, which is
2? What is that?
if I
No, you gotta roll that.
educated.
Okay.
Well, because you're doing it yourself, aren't you?
Oh well, then
He would do the rolling. Like, you give him the dice and he does the rolling.
So then I would.
if you get that
use
face
this,
is a
Right.
6.
then
Okay, say it one more time. Well,
it
read.
says that if I get back any intuition spent on a 3 or less intuition roll. So would if he rolls 3 or less, would I get
Yes.
my
Yes,
thing back?
that's
Okay.
how I'll do that.
Okay.
5.
So you don't get it back,
I don't
but
get it back,
it's
but-
a mixed success. You notice that he still has his glove on.
Okay. So that's safe? Because
No, he needs to take the glove off.
Oh.
Otherwise, it's not a good shake. They're going to keep their stuff and take the teeth, is what he's wanting to do.
Okay.
So rip the glove off.
So what do you do?
Or
I mean,
put
you
it-
can rip the glove off. I mean, that is an option. There's 7 of them.
Rip the glove off and shake his hand really quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I mean, like,
No, don't actually.
that would be funny, but no, okay. Okay.
Take 6 body marks.
All the bleed in the world.
I start
Wait.
fanning that cylinder.
Wait. So, okay. How far? So, like, we're literally right here?
You're in handshaking distance, so you stuck his hand out to shake your hand.
Oh, wait, so if I shake his hand with the thing, he's just.
With the glove on, it's not a deal.
Shake.
Like, it's not a
shake,
good deal. Like,
take the
they're
glove
gonna
off his
double-cross you.
hand.
Do you guys really want me to just take the glove off?
Yes.
Ask him to
Yeah.
remove
Oh,
the
okay.
glove.
Yeah, I'm gonna like, wait, take the glove off.
Oh, right.
Of course.
And then he
Alright.
shakes your hand.
Alright.
Does he have
And
a
then
flash
at that-
glove hand? Or on?
I was like, no, look, he's got a glove under his
He's got a
glove.
Yeah, no, but that would have been funny.
I thought about asking him, but
Double
I'm like,
cross-
I don't think
double cross
Justin
and
would
triple
do
cross.
that to us.
Triple stamp is double stamp.
And then at that moment, like, the staff starts hovering and goes to Bray's hand. And so he's holding the staff, and he's still remaining quiet, though.
Are his eyes still red?
Yes.
Okay.
Why does he get the staff? I want the staff. I don't even know what it does.
The floor is now open for you guys to ask any questions you want to about the Pale Horse or anything else.
I'm just gonna stay quiet. And I'll be holding my stomach from the wounds.
Do you have any questions for them, Joe Monkey?
I think it does.
I'm thinking.
Wait, Monkey? The author?
I'm gonna do that everywhere we go. Just so you know that.
Aroha Tamakai is a big fan. He's like, you're what got me into, like, mystery and stuff. Like, I've been a big fan for a long time.
The guy you're like hunting
Like,
for your entire
the
life.
stuff you write about is basically, like, I feel like about my life. Like, it speaks to me.
It speaks to you.
And, like, he's, like, getting, like, uncomfortably close to you.
He is in your bubble.
Like, you can feel hot breath.
Oh! Whoa.
Ugh.
He had garlic for it with his lunch.
Yeah, yeah.
Chicken
He ate-
Parmesan pizza.
No, he ate at the Jade Palace.
Oh,
Before you guys got there. He had the spicy chicken garlic stuff.
Nice.
Poo-poo bladder.
Poo-poo platter. Oh, man, I don't know anything about this pale horse thing.
Well, just ask if they know what it is. Then.
Trade an autograph for information about the pale horse.
Have you guys ever heard of I don't know, a little birdie say anything about a pale horse around these parts?
He gets, like, instantly, like, white, like, flushed. He's like, you haven't?
No, I'm kind of new to this whole adventuring thing. I'm used to, as you know, writing books and keeping my head on my head on my shoulders.
Well, they're like a. I guess I'm gonna have to get premium. He's like, they're relatively new, but nobody knows much about them, other than they move in more secret than Candela, more secret than the Red Hand, more secret than the Unabridged, more secret than anybody we've ever seen before. And the proprietor has supposedly had a run-in with... The proprietor says he has a few names. They call him the Man in the Woods. They call him Death. And the proprietor is scared of him.
Wow.
This is a very serious group, and it's terrifying. They have swept up many dealings from underneath us on artifacts that we were trying to obtain.
So they are artifact collectors, like.
They collect artifacts, and they're moving in a very unnerving way.
Okay.
Can I use my occult researcher after he mentions that to see if I...
Go ahead and make it like a... Okay, so what does the occult researcher say before I don't want to mess this up, but I have an idea here.
Take one brain mark to ask the GM for an important occult detail that you would recognize from your studies, but has not been revealed in the scene. If there are none, clear the brain mark.
I'm not going to have you take a brain mark, because they are so new. Like, this is like the Pale Horse thing being mentioned earlier was something that had, like, totally, like, baffled you guys, because, like, you had never heard that before in any dealings. Like, this is, like, the first time that the name's being spoken, and, like,
It's like a new
not among circles, like, as far as, like, a circle of Candela is mentioned, but, like, in general. Like, this is not something that's talked about.
It's like a new gang on the block. type
Yeah,
thing.
like a new gang on the block type thing. And so you would have not heard of them.
Do you know if they deal in kidnappings? Or is it mostly just murder, dump the body type of ideas? Or type of deals?
So the murder of the brute was the first I had ever heard of it.
Is that the guy in the alley?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just very threatening.
Mm.
They move quickly. As far as like snatching up items,
Mm-hmm.
they are very mysterious amongst their work. They stay very quiet, and they don't mess around.
Okay. I guess that's all we really have to ask. I don't anything else.
So I would say the common goal right now should probably be the downfall of this pale horse. While I may not agree entirely with the method of the Red Hand or the way you operate at this time, I kind of feel like we might need to be allies.
In my time with the Red Hand, I feel that the proprietor would allow me to speak for him, and I think we're on the same page. If we hear something or anything, we will notify you guys, and likewise, and we will work together in figuring out a way to bring these guys down, because it can't be good for anybody. We're here to make money. That's all we want. But these guys, they want more. Yeah.
That guy who's speaking, he said he could talk for the proprietor. Could I guess he's the guy in charge out of the 7 people. I could tell that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's very clear.
I figured. I just wanted to make sure. I don't know much about the Red Hand. Like, are they kidnappers at all?
No, they're not kidnappers.
They're just
more
artifact people.
Yeah, like they deal in artifacts, and like they're money hungry. They want power, and so like a lot of times like they'll like get power through like trading these artifacts and obtaining these artifacts and stuff like that. But they're not trying to open up the flare, so to speak, and bring the flare to here.
Got it. Makes sense.
I appreciate your candor in this situation, and for the time being, I would say that we have a tentative deal, and I extend my hand to him.
And he, without even saying anything, takes the glove off and shakes your hand. And Alan W. Bray goes, "We'll be in touch." And then we all walk off, and we find ourselves back at the Jade Palace to hash any last-minute details out before our circle adjourns for a time.
Yep. Joe Monkey, I was actually thinking you could have asked them, do you know of any gangs that deal in kidnapping?
Could have.
You still have opportunity. I mean, if we're going to be working with them.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see them again.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
And
say
honestly,
that
he
in
seems to
character?
like you.
No,
Unfortunately, yes.
I don't know, I just want to tell them.
Oh, okay.
Joe, you might need to
Can I
realize
answer-
that your popularity can be a tool. You may not like it, but at times it may be wise to use that in our advantage.
Could be useful.
I'll keep that in mind.
So,
Is the guy in the suit ever gonna come back, or does he only do like whenever we're starting one?
he
Grabs the group and
grabs the group.
Just gathers
And-
together.
Yeah,
and then-
he's like the messenger guy.
and then Bray is the
Lightkeeper.
Lightkeeper.
Yeah. And you guys are his first circle that he has like been a lightkeeper for. He used to be he used to be like a member in circles. Like he served in the Circle of the Shattered Nail with him, and the Circle of the Withered Heart with him.
Cool.
So
What is this? What is our circle? Circle of the Oriental Express.
yeah.
Sweet.
Circle of the Oriental Express.
So I need that pen. So
Pen. So.
I'll take this back.
you guys have anything else before you guys adjourn from the Jade Palace?
Nope.
I don't believe so.
Okay, so when you guys dismiss, what do you guys do?
We'll probably go back.
I want you to end.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going back home. I'm thinking about ticking of the clock of my pocket watch as I walk. You know what? I'm not going to go home. I'm just going to walk. I'm just going to let the ticking take me wherever it leads me.
Okay.
I'm just
Were
gonna
you
walk.
like Jack Sparrow with a compass?
I don't know.
So
Yo ho.
your
Boys, no.
your mind floats gently to better days, obviously, and you feel almost a ghost like it's ghost-like in a sense, but a arm wrapped around yours, and you hear her laughter, and you hear the phrase from whenever you guys left the theater, the time you guys went. Don't you just love happy endings?
I'm going to put the pocket watch away so I don't hear the ticking anymore. I go, yes, I guess I do.
And that's where we're gonna leave Joe Monkey. What do you do?
I'm gonna go north
To Alaska.
east. No. I'm not gonna go back to the campus. I'm gonna go northeast.
Northeast?
Yeah, and just kind of walk in the night,
So
thinking about the fact that I almost met my fate today. I guess in a way.
The rush is on.
And Albert says to himself, "You gotta quit being so careless."
Albert says that to himself?
Yeah.
Okay, so pause there for a second. So northeast, we said that the
That's not towards the red light district, is it?
you cross the bridge into 13. What's 13? Into the Varnish. So like the fancy area where the theater was.
Okay.
So you're walking
Where we went for the
amongst-
first murder?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're walking amongst those streets because South Soffit is where the Jade Palace is. So
Okay.
you cross the bridge over into the Varnish, and you're talking amongst yourself as you do so, and contemplating your fate. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. James Buckingham.
I think what I want to do is open another office. Like I want to buy a hospital, like make one, you know.
You want to start a hospital?
Yeah.
Roll two dice for me.
Roll 2 dice.
Roll the bank loan.
It's a 1 and a 3.
It's a
Ouch.
4,
1 and a 3.
so 4.
Roll the bank loan.
The Hollow Harbor
Roll for
is the fourth listed zone in like the fourth listed district in the Fairlands. So pretty good place for hospital, injured sailors and stuff, and even people that got injured coming
That's
over
funny.
the vast chasm on the glass sea. So you look at a building, and I want you to make a roll on if you can purchase it or not.
Just 1 dice.
1 dice.
3. Darn.
This loan got turned down, but you could actually talk to, I can't remember her name to save my life, which is fitting for the way the rest of the night is gone.
That wife,
The wife,
the widow.
you can turn to her
what was her
and talk to her. Perhaps we'll revisit that in our next session. It is at this point your boils begin to throb. And that's where we're going to leave you with that as well.
Yikes.
And now,
I would return to the station, find my captain if he's still there, and go over everything that we found at the crime scene, where it led us to the steel, to the stockyard, and to the Atmos, who is now in custody, and we're
You
confident
took
that
the
he was the
lenses out,
one
right?
that
Okay,
committed
I was
the
trying
murder.
to tell, like,
that's a
They were
great
hurting
job,
eyes.
Nathaniel. You did fantastic. I couldn't have asked for better results. You got a man in handcuffs, and on top of that, it's yet another seedy criminal out of the steel taken care of. Good job.
Yeah, I wish I felt good about it, but I really don't. I don't know.
Some things just linger with you. And he begins to walk away. And it's late evening at the time, but you're used to working the later hours. You're usually doing a 12-hour shift or sometimes even longer. And at this point, it's probably about 1:30, so you're a little past the 12-hour mark at this point. So 1:30 a.m. on Sunday. And while you're... do you begin to do paperwork at your desk?
Yeah.
While you're
Write out the reports of the day.
While you're filling out the paperwork, you hear again a young girl's voice of, "Daddy, when are you coming home?" And that's where we're going to end the session.
Her name is Miss Anna Sands.
Anna Sands, thank you. So that's who you talk to.
Yeah.
This one I had a ton of fun with doing. So
It was a blast.
This was fun. Like, I thought...
Had plenty of crab rangoons to fill me through the time, you know.
now, time to mess with our circle advancement.
Oh, yeah.
So,
There, extra pencil.
uh,
Here, just take this one. I got another one.
Great, thanks.
so illumination questions and keys.
Okay.
Did you contain or destroy a source of bleed? I would say yes, because of obtaining our friend Mr. Atmos, and also the trade with
The Red Hand.
the Red Hand. So I will actually give you 2 because I am a really nice GM.
A benevolent GM.
Did you provide comfort or support for those affected by a phenomena? I don't know if you guys really calmed down Abigail.
Yeah.
We walked away a lot.
You guys were really good at walking away.
We made the situation worse, I think.
You two kind of consulted.
He tried to comfort me.
Yeah. And he did take a bleed, but that was after, so I don't know if I can really count that.
Yeah.
Took a body.
Well,
So-
when we were in the car. No.
No. Sorry. Good try.
No.
Did you bring something of importance back for Candela to protect your study
Staff.
Staff.
and Atmos? So
Yeah.
But I'm still going to count that just as one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Utmost.
And then, so now, give me. There we go. You mentored an ally.
You did?
Very good.
Yeah. You.
You did reference research. Very good.
I wasn't even looking at that stuff down there, so.
I would say you were part of making a plan, so I'll give you that one. Which fills the circle. So, with that, at character advancement, each player can choose 2 different options. And then we will go through the rest of you guys after this, but I got to reset the circle, and so I don't want to lose anything at the moment. So, you can add 1 action point. You can add 2 drive points. You can take a new ability, or you can guild an action. And we actually need to shift some of your stuff around because of taking a scar. Because it'll make you behave differently.
Okay.
Now that you've taken a scar. So, I think you shift 3 of your actions around.
Okay.
So,
three of these.
yeah.
Okay.
Not your gilded, not the diamonds, but the actual, circles. So you will shift those around to
Do we refill
reflect.
those?
Go ahead and refill those.
So I shift.
How many do you get? 8?
3.
I do believe it's 8 total, yes.
I'm going to use.
Do we get... We don't get our drives back, do we?
Yeah.
If you take a refresh, I believe.
Okay.
What are the other ones? Like, besides refresh, what else could I get?
Train.
Train or stitch.
What's train and stitch?
Stitch gets rid of all body marks for somebody.
Okay.
Refresh is
Get back our drives
get
and
back your drives and your
actions.
Is it drives and actions? I thought it was just drives.
Well, you gotta get your actions back, don't
yeah,
you?
you get your actions back regardless. Is why
Okay.
I was saying that.
Was it
saying
drives
that
and
was-
resistances?
Resistances?
Maybe?
I think it's drives and resistances. So that's how we'll do it. Anyways.
And what is train?
Train is getting getting
A D6.
Yeah, getting an additional D6. You took 2
I
trains.
took 2 trains because everybody else.
Oh,
took
that's right,
everything
you
else.
did.
What do D6s do?
Gives you an additional dice to roll.
Huh.
And you can
So
he took 2 trains, so that gives him 2 additional dice to roll throughout this one. So he would
They're gone now.
Yeah,
So
he used them.
yeah.
I used both of them.
Oh. So I get 2 options to choose, right? Or is it just one?
3.
So the 2 options comes from the character advancement. So you can.
Do we want to do that and then go to like the refresh and everything?
That's what I was hoping to do.
Okay.
So you can add an action point. You can add 2 drive points. You can take a new ability, or you can build an action.
Oops.
And you get to take 2 of those.
Take a new ability, like we get rid of
we need
one
new
and
papers.
then
No, you pick an
I
additional
get
one.
another one.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought we had to get rid of one.
And I can take 2 things. So I could add an action point and a
And-
new ability.
Yes.
So
Oh.
I shift 3 of mine around.
Okay, what'd you shift?
I shifted my 2 moves to control,
Okay.
and then made the read a hide.
That's really smart for what happened to your character. I like that a lot. That's really cool. And it is very warm in here. Speaking of
Yeah. And then what else do we do?
you can take an action point, you can add 2 drive points, you can take a new ability, or you can guild an action. And you get to do 2 of those. How much time does it say we have left? Because it's red down there.
19 minutes? Is that the thing at the top?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna put. What about your drives? When you use those, do those go back in the same spots, or can you move those around now that I have to move 3 of my things around? My
I
actions.
think it's just actions.
I think you just move your actions. I don't think you move your drives. I can look into that, though.
Can I add more drives?
Jade Palace.
You cannot. You can guild a new action.
Okay, just 1 or 2?
You can guild 1 action. You can take a new ability. You can add 2 drive points, and you can add 1 action.
So you can't take 2 new actions. Like you can't take 2 of the
No.
same.
What do you mean
can't
by
take 2 of the
ability?
same.
Okay.
It says
This is your list of
choose 2
abilities.
different options.
Okay, makes sense.
Good try.
I mean, I was just asking. Oh, thanks for my pencil back, by the way.
1 hour of dark. Mysterious word music. What's the one on the click the one on the bottom left? On the bottom left.
1, 2, 3, 6, 8.
The one that with the stairs down there?
Yeah.
No, sure.
See what that one is.
6, 8. Yes, I
That one?
didn't have a minute.
Yeah.
Alright, I took an action and a new ability.
Okay. What ability did you take?
Saw this coming.
Does
So,
everyone get a new ability?
It essentially allows me 3 times per assignment. I can add a 1d plus 1d to any circle member's roll without spending a drive.
Very cool. And then what was the other thing you took?
An action.
Okay.
I took an 1 point in read.
Smart, being a detective. What'd you do, Joe Monkey?
I'm still thinking.
Okay, Buckingham. Because you told me what you did already, didn't you?
Yeah. Do I get to do anything else, or is that?
Well, you moved your actions.
Yeah.
Did you do anything else other than that?
No. Refilled my drives.
Okay, so you refilled your drive. So you took a refresh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we were going to get to that in a second, so I will mark one of those off for you. And since you guys filled the circle, I went ahead and refilled all the things that we had emptied last time.
Cool.
That's how I'm going to do that.
Cool.
If you fill the circle, then you'll get all of those back, and you can use them again. Alright, so you took a refresh.
Speaking of which, we still need to do the rest of our points for that, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just getting this done out of the way so I don't
I
forget.
gotcha.
But you need to add an additional action point, or add 2 drive points, or take a new ability, or guild an action. And you get to take 2 of those options.
I'm gonna take an ability.
Okay, what ability are you going to take? Have you decided on yourself? Okay.
Yeah.
While he's doing his thing, go ahead and tell me.
I gilded the hide thing so that I have all 3 cunnings as gilded, so
That's
I can use guild. And all of my drives are inside that gilded anyway, so...
Very smart.
And then I'm taking the ability. It's in my head. The scariest place is in your mind. Take 1 scar for an automatic success. So...
Did I put it's in your head for 2 things then?
It's in your head and in my head.
Oh, okay.
So
I changed it very slightly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's in my head, basically.
I might have to adjust the name of that a
Reword
little
it
bit
a little
more
bit.
before we do the final paper for it. So that's cool. All right, I like that. Take it.
I don't know what to do. You want me to tell you my things?
Hold on, since he already took a refresh, I'm gonna take care of you too, and then we'll just fully finish with him. So, what are you taking? Are you taking a stitch, refresh, train? Or are you not gonna take anything this time?
Why wouldn't I take anything?
I don't know. I'm offering options.
Oh, okay. I mean, I get my abilities back, or my actions back anyways. It'd just be my drives, right?
Drives and resistances.
I mean, I only used 3. I filled these back in just cause, but...
I'm taking chemical concoction.
Chemical concoction?
Mhm.
Okay.
You know what that is, or do you?
Yeah,
Read it to me.
Okay. It's you know how to mix chemicals together to achieve particular effects. When you take laboratory equipment as gear, you may spend a few minutes concocting a mixture that is. Well, I'd have to have laboratory equipment, so then I'd have to move my stuff around. So
Change your
then
gear.
I'll take research materials off and put on laboratory equipment.
Very cool.
I have 2 bodies. I'm gonna go ahead and just take a
stitch?
A stitch,
Okay.
because my bleeds don't go away, right? My bleeds stay there. It's just bodies.
No, it gets rid of all marks.
Yeah, it gets rid of all
rid
marks.
Okay.
The refresh does.
Stitch.
Stitch.
And
You gonna take a stitch too?
Yeah, I guess I'll take a stitch.
I'm taking a stitch and a refresh.
Stitch
Same.
and a refresh?
You can do
same.
both.
Okay, so
I'm gonna take.
everybody
Can I-
took a stitch?
Can I do that?
Yeah.
You can, but you only had 1 mark.
Yeah. There's no.
Yeah, I
point.
would.
Alright.
I wouldn't take a stitch. I would
I'll
take
take
maybe a train.
too.
Okay,
Uh,
okay. What's
Alright,
the train
so-
do?
You get an additional D6 that you can use for whatever you want.
Did everybody take a refresh though for the
Yes.
drives? Okay,
I don't think Tim did,
you did, didn't you?
I took a stitch. I'm gonna take a stitch and a train.
Stitch and a train. Okay,
because he was only
because you can
down.
only take 2.
I
so
only
he's
have.
still got 6 drives.
I still got 6 drives. I'm
I'm gonna
good.
do it that way.
I'm gonna take a refresh and a train.
Okay, so
Yeah.
3 refreshes gone, 3 stitches gone, 2 trains gone.
Mm-hmm.
Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, one more thing. You get 1 more circle ability too. Stamina training. Your circle has 3 gilded dice at the beginning of every assignment that anyone may add as plus 1 dice to any roll. Once a dice has been rolled, it is expended. Nobody left behind. When a member of your circle drops incapacitated from taking too many marks, any roll a player makes in the scene to protect them or get them out of danger has plus 1 dice. Interdisciplinary. When choosing a new ability during character advancement once per campaign, each character may choose an ability from a character role or specialty outside their own. Resource management. When your circle hits a milestone on the illumination track, earn back 1 stitch, refresh, train resource. So that would be like there's special circles in here that are a little bit bolder. That would be your milestone. And then 1 last run. When you select this ability, the next assignment is your last. Everyone gets to take all 4 options during this character advancement, and instead of only 2. So that one I would definitely save for the end of next session.
Okay.
Okay. No, we're taking that right now. Oh, we get pick 2 or just 1?
You get to pick one of these.
One of these. It seems like there's going to be a lot of protecting. Or, what is it? 3 gilded at the beginning of each assignment.
That might not be bad.
Because then it'd be, we get 6. And
Stamina
then
training?
and then Dylan would just take all of them whenever he was rolling a low situation.
Yeah.
But, you know. Just saying.
I'm going to load it up right here.
I'm gonna use all my drives and all the circles of gilded dice.
I'm going to roll all
I'm
9
gonna roll
dice
20
right now.
d6.
Yeah.
You brushed your teeth correctly.
Meteor swarm. He got hit with a meteor swarm.
So stamina, which is the 3 gilded,
Yep.
you get the protecting somebody, you get an extra d6. You get, what was the other ones?
There's one where we get refresh,
nobody left
stitch,
behind. That's resource management.
and train back.
And
And
Those
how many
milestones.
of those are there inside of that circle?
the milestones, there's 3.
And so we get
So we get
one of the 3 back, or one of each back every time we hit a milestone.
One of the 3 back, and so like if
Okay.
if you got all 3 milestones
we
achieved,
get one of each back.
Yeah. Or you could take 3 of whatever.
Well, that may not be. But if we're doing the thing where whenever we reset it, we get everything back anyways, then.
But what if we don't
Well,
reset it every time?
Yeah, if you don't fill the circle, then.
That's
But if
true.
you hit a milestone.
Let's do that one.
Yeah.
I think that one sounds good.
All right, so
Just-
that was
just in case
resource
we-
management.
Just in case we need more stitches.
Yeah.
All right, so let me see your paper, so I can mark the other 3 illumination keys. Inspire someone.
Definitely didn't do that.
Act bizarre. Definitely did
I definitely did that.
that. Investigate bleed. You did that. All right, so you got 2 out of 3.
Woo! I got probe a witness,
Sure
track
did.
a target, and reveal a
Real
clue.
quick.
Yeah, you did all 3.
Go team.
You want to see my paper?
Proud of you guys.
Yeah. Let me
Where
see.
you going?
I picked a new ability.
I just didn't want to interfere with the wire.
What ability did you
Go
take?
around.
Non-combatant.
Yep.
Okay.
Knock everything over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dylan
So
the Destroyer.
you avoided a fight.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
100%.
You bet he did.
Aided an ally because you stitched him up,
Yeah.
Yep.
and I guess you tried to comfort Abigail.
Yeah.
Like kind of. At first, it's really hard to give you that one,
Yeah, because he left like halfway through the conversation, didn't he?
so I'm not going to give you that one. But you guys hit a milestone, so you guys can pick to fill in one of these stitch refreshes or trains.
How many of each do we get again?
You get 6 because of how many people are in
And
there.
we took like 4 stitches or 3
You
stitches?
took 3
3
stitches.
stitches, 3 refreshes.
2.
So
trains.
you can get 1 stitch back. You can get 1 refresh
I
back
would
or 1
rather
train.
get another stitch.
All right, we'll take one
personally.
stitch.
Stitch.
Especially since everybody's gonna have, ethereal knives apparently. Can you hand me the dice, please?
Yeah. So can I erase it?
Ethereal knives are a thing. They're so
Ethereal.
in right now.
They're so in.
What did we just do? Like the stitch? Does that mean I can erase my brain bleed? My brain thing?
No.
Yeah. No, because you didn't take a stitch.
Yeah, you didn't take a stitch.
But then what did we
That's
just
just it. When we hit we get an extra stitch back that we can use later.
When you hit a milestone.
Oh. That's good. That's good.
Okay, so those of us that are remaining around the table, let's go ahead and do the thing where we say our name and what we're playing and who we're playing. So we'll start with you.
I am Thomas. My character's name is Nathaniel James Carver, and I am a detective.
My name's Tim. I'm playing the character Joe Monkey, and I am the homebrew class of the role creative.
And a novelist.
And a novelist is the specialty, yes.
So Dylan was playing Mr. Albert T, who is a professor, and you are,
Still, I am James Buckingham. I'm a doctor.
and we will be. Matt will be with us again for the next session, and he is playing Marion, and he is a detective as well. And I am your GM, Justin, and thank you for joining us for Maledict Obscura.